For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our in Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 spring sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs in Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 spring sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs in Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. Here with the Chief. Welcome, everyone. The Chief Sports Network is on the air for District 3 opening round game baseball action here at North Myrtle Beach High School as the lower state's top seed North Myrtle Beach Chiefs will be hosting a Region 6 foe, or in this case, even better, a Beach Region foe, the Conway Tigers. I'll be joined today by good friend of mine, the voice of the Conway Tigers, Mr. Ashley Smith, as we enter into this Beach Benefits Insurance pregame show, again here on the Chief Sports Network. We're going to come back right after some words from Christy Sexton of Beach Benefits Insurance. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups, a little bit about how these teams got here, and what's going on in this district tournament. Throughout this game, as usual during Chiefs broadcast, we're going to catch you up on other Chiefs athletics as we're moving through the playoff seasons and state championship seasons coming up for some teams as we go through this next week here at North Myrtle Beach High School. But again, Wayne White, Ashley Smith, we're going to have all of the action right after these words from Christy Sexton of Beach Benefits Insurance.
Hi, this is Christy Sexton with Beach Benefits Insurance. As an independent agent, that does give us the flexibility to have multiple companies to write and place business. What we are faced with here in our area right now is the market is very, very hard, meaning that companies are constantly pulling out of our state, and we basically are left with just a handful that are writing coverage in our area. The insurance market in our area is the most complicated that I can say I have seen in my 25 years of being in the business. But again, us being local folks in the area are very familiar with our area, what is going on. We are constantly doing trainings, seminars to keep up to date with the changes that are occurring in our insurance markets and constantly looking for new companies that are coming to our area, all in the same token in making sure that we're striving to do what is best for our customers. I am Christy Sexton, and please come find out the benefits of working with Beach Benefits Insurance.
And we're back on the Chief Sports Network, just making a few changes here as we're going to have to change some headsets around. So just give us just a second. You're going to hear dead air for a minute while we change these headsets, and we'll be right back. All right, Ashley, I think we're hot now, folks. Sorry about that. We've got a little bit of a different setup because we've got a lot of wind and maybe some rain coming forward. So had to move headsets around. The headset that I was giving Ashley, who Ashley's a lot taller than I am, has a real short cord on it.
Yeah, not going to work.
So wasn't working, but I think we're a little bit better now. And so Ashley, welcome to the Chief Sports Network and the Conway Tiger Sports Network joining forces.
How about that? You know, Michigan, Ohio State, South Carolina, Clemson, and now North Myrtle Beach. in Conway. What a beautiful day here in North Myrtle Beach. We talked about how this field looks, and this is a major league type surface these guys are playing on, and it's going to be a great battle between two river region people.
Oh, come on now. You lost the bet. You lost the bet. Let me hear you just say it one time.
Beach reason.
There we go. There we go.
I'll give you that.
For those of you that might not have listened during football season, it was I can't even remember what the bet was. I just know you lost it.
I lost.
This is the beach region. Everybody calls it the beach region, except for Ashley, because Conway isn't on the beach. They're on the river.
Yeah,
so he wanted to be the river region.
We're the county seat, so everything goes through Conway to get to anywhere else.
Everybody goes through Conway to get to where they want to be.
Oh,
hey.
There you go. Easy.
We're not going to do this all game, folks.
No, we're not.
We'll throw this out there. Because if we did this all game, Ashley would probably stomp me, and then it would be the Tiger Sports Network, and you just have to listen to him. We're going to take a look, though, at the starting lineups here. Again, this is first round action of the District 3 tournament. First, we're going to catch you up on exactly how this tournament or how this setup is going towards the state championship. As I just got a big lesson on it this morning from Tony Heilbronn, our AD here at North Myrtle Beach. So Conway basically played in a play-in 2 out of 3 series, and Conway won that series 2-1, and to advance to this District 3 tournament. This being the first round, the other 2 teams in District 3 are Berkeley and White Knoll. They actually moved their game from today to last night, and Berkeley defeated White Knoll. So they've already, I guess, advanced into that winner's bracket. The winner of this game will play Berkeley on Monday night. The loser will play White Knoll. After this, we would play the District 4 winner in the lower state championship, 2 out of 3 series, and then, of course, the winner of that advances to the state championship. That's about 2 weeks ahead, though, so we're going to get back to just talking about today's game. North Myrtle Beach Chiefs come in. They're the number 1 seed overall, come in with an 18-6 overall record, ranked number 3 in Class 5A Division II, while Conway, the visiting Tigers, come in at 15-13, but again, earned their way here with a 2-1. I can't remember who they played.
Lugoff Elgin.
Lugoff Elgin.
Yeah, had a big game 3. They were down. Coach Sylvester and the umpire had a little disagreement, and it seemed to fire up the Tigers, which all season they've hit 1 home run. In that game, after Sylvester got thrown out, they hit 3. So great coaching by Coach Sylvester. He won't be here today, but he'll be here in spirit.
Well, is he tuned in to us?
Absolutely.
He can text you. So if we do say something wrong, he can let us know. We're going to give you that starting lineup first for the Conway Tigers. Leading off will be the catcher, Will Neff. Batting second, left fielder, Hunter Dawes. Batting third will be the shortstop, Corbin Todd. The cleanup hitter, center fielder, Jake McCracken. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Brown Cannon. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Bryson Gerald. Batting seventh, playing right field, is Kenley McCracken. Batting eighth, third baseman, Karsten Huggins. And batting ninth, second baseman, Zion Noel. Is it Noel? Did I say that right? Zion Noel. Pitching for the Conway Tigers is number 16, Landon Barker. Landon, a sophomore lefty. This is his 12th appearance, 9th start on the season. Comes in with a 3-2 overall record, 3.19 ERA. And now I'll take a look at the starting lineup for our North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Leading off, second baseman, Asa Board. Batting second is shortstop, Sawyer Smith. Batting third, the Region 6 Player of the Year, catcher C.J. Oxendine. Batting fourth, first baseman Brown Reeves. Batting fifth, playing in right field, Gabe Priest. Batting sixth, third baseman Peyton Gallup. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, freshman Caden Lank. Batting eighth, left fielder Gabe Kuznick. And batting ninth in center field is Connor Helmecki. Pitching for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs is junior Jake Frick. Jake will be making his 11th appearance, just his second start of the season. His first start came the next to the last regular season game for the Chiefs was at South Florence, and he throws a complete game, 3-hit shutout. Jake had pretty much been our closer all year, but made a heck of a start there and draws the start here in the first round of District 3 playoffs.
Well, in order to advance deeper and deeper into the playoffs, especially the state championship, you got to have guys like that come through. And Conway's doing the same thing. They got Landon Barker on the mound, a crafty left-hander, pitched a little bit Thursday night. Comes back and is going to try to keep these hitters off balance, which, the North Myrtle Beach guys are going to do the same thing. So I think we got a great matchup tonight. North Myrtle Beach, of course, number 3 in the state. Conway, a very young team, has come along. We call them super sophomores. You got Brewer Cannon, you got Landon. You got those guys that are going to come through, and they're still a couple years away. This is gravy for this baseball program. Billy Sylvester has really done a great job with his staff. Timmy Whitaker, got Ben Beach on the staff, and Zach Beach. Coastal Carolina guys would know that Zach was the first baseman last year. He's their hitting coach, and I joked with him earlier. I said, now, if Conway starts striking out and don't score any runs, then I will let everybody know that you are the hitting coach.
Well, Conway's already earned some points with me as they sent a Chick-fil-A sandwich out here, so I don't know whether you stole that or whether they gave it, but
don't need to ask questions. Just
hey,
take it and go.
I ate it. It's gone. There's nothing left for them to point fingers at. Well, here we go with the first pitch. Will Neff, the catcher for Conway, steps in. Jake Frick's first pitch called strike on the outside corner. The Chiefs swept the 3-game series during the regular season against Conway. Won the first game here at home 11-0. Defeated Conway on the road 7-1 and then returned here and won game 3 8-1, but those games were back in mid-March.
Yeah, and the Tigers have gotten a lot better since those games, and right now Will Neff, the catcher. It's odd to have a catcher leading off, but Neff is a very good athlete, and he's been playing for a long time, and he's a table setter for the Tigers.
Well, 1-2 count now from Jake Frick. Fourth pitch put on the outside corner where the other 3 had been. A light line drive over towards first base, and there to make the play is Brown Reeves. We talked about Coastal Carolina. Brown Reeves will be attending Coastal Carolina and a member of the Chanticleer football team, but out number 1 here in the top of the first.
You always like to have those football guys on your baseball team. They make you a little tougher.
Yeah, especially one like Brown's really come on as we've moved along in the season. In fact, we've got a note coming up. These last 5 games, the Chiefs have really stepped up the hitting, and Brown Reeves is one of those, batting .529 in the last 5 games. Up to bat for the Conway Tigers is left fielder Hunter Dawes, and fouls the first pitch off down the right field line.
Yeah, Hunter's got a nice swing. I think he was all region also. Your 2 batters is the one that you want to set the table. You want the leadoff guy to get on, of course, but number 2 is usually your best hitter, and Hunter definitely is that guy.
0-1 pitch, leaves this one up high, 1-1 to count. Talking about catchers leading off, and Coastal Carolina's got one of the best in the country, and he's moved up to the leadoff spot. So it's not normal, but when they're your best hitter and make contact and get on, that's what you want. You want somebody to set the table.
Yeah, there's a lot of leadoff hitters nowadays. They don't steal bases. They just get on. You want those guys to get a bunch of at-bats, and there you go. Hall's right on cue, base hit.
Yep, 1-2 pitch, and Hunter Dawes hits it right back where it came from, right up the middle into center field. So Dawes on with a 1-out single. That'll bring up shortstop Corbin Todd.
Yeah, and Corbin also all region, big guy. But I like what Hunter did there. He didn't try to do too much with that baseball. He just, where it was pitched, he kind of flipped the bat, got a base hit up the middle, and Tigers in business now.
Yep, Corbin Todd comes in batting .360 on the season.
Yeah, big shortstop.
Jake Frick's first pitch lined on the left side. Asa aboard with a great play, diving at second base, pops up, makes the throw over to first to Brown Reeves for out number 2 on the play. Hunter Dawes moves to second. But nice play by senior second baseman, also all-region selection. ace aboard.
Well, I can see why. I mean, he just got to that baseball really quick and made the great play that's just running on second now. Now Brewer Cannon's coming up. He's one of those super sophomores that's got a lot of potential. Tigers look very patient at the plate tonight. They're not swinging a lot of bad pitches.
Did I write names down wrong? Is this Brewer?
Yeah, it's Brewer Cannon. Pretty good crowd here in North Myrtle.
Pitch from Frick. This one left outside and high, evens a count at 1-1, and evidently got crossed up. C.J. Oxendine going to come out and check with his pitcher, Jake Frick.
Well, it looks like the scouting report on the Tigers is to throw it outside. I hadn't seen a lot of inside pitches, and Frick is living out there on the outside corner.
Yeah, Frick, he's either been on the corner or right off the entire game. 1-1 pitch, and this time he comes inside with an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
This is where the Tigers are going to have to do something and score runs when they have an opportunity to score, because North Myrtle Beach, they could throw a 5-spot in a heartbeat.
One-two pitch from Frick. This one's up high, evens a count. 2-2. Deuces wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And Dawes has some pretty good speed, so if he gets to the outfield, they may test the arms here of that North Myrtle Beach outfield.
2-2 pitch now full.
Working the count.
This is Jake McCracken.
Jake McCracken, okay.
I had to double check the lineup card to make sure that I hadn't written it down wrong, and then
with Jake McCracken going to Francis Marion next year.
So he'll be a Patriot.
Being a Patriot. So to get back, it's going to be on deck, I think, if I looked at it right.
Yep,
it's going to be
Brewer Cannon.
Brewer Cannon, yeah.
Designated hitter. Before Frick made that 3-2 pitch, spun, checked the runner. Now the 3-2 is going to be lifted and foul off the third base side.
And this is the guy the Tigers want up right now. They want McCracken.
Yeah,
going to Francis Marion. I mean, that's a great school, a great opportunity for that young man.
A strong baseball program. McCracken batting .313, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, has 14 RBIs. Another 3-2 pitch coming from North Myrtle Beach junior Jake Frick.
Frick does not need to groove this.
All speed's going to be put into play into left center, and that one is going to get down for an RBI single by Jake McCracken.
McCracken puts the Tigers on the board, 1-0. I think Frick kind of gave in to him a little bit on that 3-2 pitch. You have first base open. You got Cannon coming up. It's still a tough situation, but McCracken is their guy. And what a nice piece of hitting there, 3-2 count.
Yeah, 3-2 count with 2 outs, and he just stayed back, put it right back where it came from, and that'll bring up Brewer Cannon.
I've been wanting Brewer to bat so much, I had him twice.
Yep, sophomore designated hitter, batting .308.
And a lot of the guys on the Conway team have dyed their hair, and Brewer kind of looks like the guy from Karate Kid, the bad guy. So, yeah, we had a little fun pregame with him a little bit.
0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes.
And, all the kids are good, but, these are some good kids. North Myrtle Beach and Conway. They could be doing anything right here on a Saturday, and they're here to play baseball.
I was going to say, you were talking about the hair dyeing of Conway kids.
Yeah.
White hair in front of us, white hair at third.
I don't know why they do it.
I don't see like all the Chiefs guys, but yeah, there's quite a few of the Chiefs players that.
We got Mother's Day coming up, and a lot of them are taking pictures at the church. So
that's going to make Mom real happy.
Yeah, they're not going to like that. Now, if you go 4 for 4, you can get away with it.
1-2 pitch, fouled off towards the first base dugout. If Max Smith was here, my senior here at North Myrtle Beach is getting ready to go to Conway. He jumps on air with me sometime. I taught him what an ugly finder was 2 years ago. And
he looked in the mirror?
You said that, I didn't. But, yeah, foul ball goes into the opposing dugout. It's an ugly finder. So. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Jake Frick.
Impressed how the Tigers have just taken advantage. Pretty aggressive. You wait for their pitch.
Well, they've gotten behind in these hits that they've gotten, and there's another one. That's going to be a hit into left center.
Brewer Cannon with a big hit.
And Hunter Dawes moves from first to third, and that's going to put runners on the corners. But all three of these hits now have come with 2 strikes. So even when they've gotten to 2 strikes, they've really, tightened the belt a little bit and watching the strike zone. Stepping in now is going to be first baseman Bryson Gerald. Bryce
had a big home run Thursday night to put the Tigers a 3-run shot.
Yeah, first one of the season.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's a hard worker too, a football player. This is starting to find his groove right now with a baseball bat with a big home run Thursday to send Conway here.
First pitch right across the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Hadn't seen a lot of panic in the North Myrtle Beach crowd or players. I think they're just kind of okay, feeling it out. Heavyweight fight, punch, and go.
1 pitch going to be fouled off. Making the plays, the third base coach for the Conway Tigers.
That is Timmy Whitaker, former SEC Player of the Year, home run leader for the SEC when he played for South Carolina back in the 90s.
This is why you want to have Ashley Smith on when you're talking Tigers anything.
King of useless information.
Yeah, whether it's true or not, he's going to throw it out there, and it sounds good.
Say it with conviction. Now, if I start talking about Ashley Smith and his stuff done, then you know.
Oh, yeah. Another 1-2 count for Frick, and this one swung on and missed, but the Tigers plate 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Conway 1, Chiefs coming to bat here in the first round action of the District 3 playoffs at North Myrtle Beach High School. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. And we're back here at North Myrtle Beach High School, where the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs got a little work to do as Conway put up 3 hits and a run in the top of the first. Coming up for the Chiefs, Asa Board, Sawyer Smith, C.J. Oxendine. Taking a look at those Chiefs batters, we were talking about how they were on fire the last 5 games as a team. The Chiefs batting .324 at the end of the regular season in those 5 games. Leading hitters for the Chiefs in those 5 games, Peyton Gallup, third baseman, batting .538. Talked about Brown Reeves, first base, .529. Asa Board at second, .400. Caden Lank, the number 1 ranked freshman in the state of South Carolina, batting .385. Gabe Kuznick at .375. Connor Hilmecki at .364. So Chiefs got it rolling as we moved to the end of the season, and it was really big that the Chiefs did that offensively, as they have kind of hung their hat on the pitching staff all year and just hope to small ball their way to enough runs to win. But the Chiefs offense has really started taking over, and leadoff hitter Asa Board has been a big part of that. Asa Board batting .309 on the season, has a home run once he gets on base, 4 for 4 in steals. And swings here at the 2-0 pitch. And over to make the catch is, sorry, got my fingers crossed up there, center fielder Jake McCracken.
Yeah, got a good jump on that ball. 2-0 pitch, that's one that you might want to make Landon Barker throw you another strike, being the leadoff guy, but bailed him out there. And Landon's going to throw you strikes. They're going to hit the baseball today. He's not going to have a lot of strikeouts. He's more of a Tom Glavine type guy that's going to hit his spots, and you're going to have to hit the baseball.
That'll bring up shortstop Sawyer Smith. The junior has committed to the University of North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Not sure if as a shortstop, probably more as a pitcher, although he's a very slick fielding shortstop, strong arm, and the bat here lines this one into left field. That's going to be down. Sawyer Smith takes a big turn, but getting the ball back in quickly is Hunter Dawes to hold Smith to a single, but a one-out single puts the Chiefs in motion with one on the base paths and brings up the Region 6 Player of the Year, C.J. Oxendine, senior catcher, who will be going to Virginia Tech.
So you got two ACC guys back-to-back here. This is a big spot in the game early. Like Dawes took a little bad jump on that ball, but he's hit that wind blowing and got it in quick and got into first base, and that was it. That was big.
Yeah, it was. He got over to the ball quickly. Sawyer Smith had double in his eyes from the time out of the box, but took that big turn. C.J. Oxendine takes the first pitch for ball one. C.J. comes in batting .415. That's down from a high .440 about 3 weeks ago.
Barker doesn't need to get too enamored with the guy on first base, and I could see where Oxendine would get impatient because he wants to swing the bat, and he's probably not getting a lot of good pitches to hit.
Well, the big thing with CJ, he's now up to 10 strikeouts on the season, but we went through the last about a 5-6 week stretch there where he had 6 strikeouts on the year, and I have said many times he is very cerebral. He is one of the smartest thinking baseball players in high school that I've watched. He watches the batters, he works with the pitchers, and that of course comes from he's a coach's kid. But this one, nice job there by Landon Barker. Yeah, I just didn't write it down right, but
yeah, Barker that was a good pitch.
Jammed him, and CJ tried to fight it off, pops it up to second base for out number 2.
And that's what the Tigers have to do. They got to get North Myrtle Beach frustrated because North Myrtle Beach comes in here number 3 team in the state. They should beat Conway by 15 runs. And right now it's not happening. So this is where you find out what kind of team you got.
Brown Reeves, first baseman, senior first baseman for the Chiefs, will step in now with 2 outs. Sawyer Smith over at first base.
Where's he going?
He
looks like a monster up there.
Brown's going to Coastal Carolina, be a tight end for the Chanticleer football team.
I was about to say, I'm way out here in left field, probably about 300 feet away, and I can tell you that's a monster up there at bat.
1-0 pitch, Sawyer Smith takes off.
Neff with a gun. Got him. Will Neff with a cannon. The Tigers are fired up, and that's exactly what you wanted Landon Barker to do. And I don't want to be too pro-Conway, so I'm going to turn it back over to you.
No, you're good. You're good because Will Neff came out firing on that. Sawyer Smith's got good speed, but is hosed at second base. That's 3 up, 3 down for the Chiefs.
Big inning for the Tigers, and Landon Barker especially.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Going to head to the second inning. Conway 1, North Myrtle Beach nothing. You are listening to North Myrtle Beach Chiefs baseball here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. As we head to the second inning, leading off for the Conway Tigers, right fielder Kenley McCracken. McCracken comes in, senior, batting .312 on the season. A lot of 300-plus hitters at the top of this Conway lineup.
And that could be one of two things. They're hitting the baseball really well. Oh, there's a little nubber.
Little nubber back towards first base. And pitcher Jake Frick does a great job, comes running off of the mound, flips it over to Brown Reeves at first for out number 1.
And Frick didn't panic there, and you had plenty of time, and just glove tossed at the first baseman. And that's a big out for the Chiefs today.
Karsten Huggins will now step in, the junior third baseman. Comes in batting .289, has 5 doubles, 17 RBI on the year. First pitch from Frick, off-speed pitch, inside for ball 1.
He's a healthy young man also. And that's what Coach Sylvester's done. He's got him in the weight room. Coach Pierce, football-wise, get him in the weight room, and they got to get stronger. I mean, everybody can play baseball at rec league, and they think they're great, but once they hit that big field, it's a whole different deal. And you see those guys going to North Carolina and Virginia Tech, those are men. And the guy playing the tight end, going to Coastal.
Put in play on the left side, picked up by the sophomore third baseman, Peyton Gallup, across the infield for out number 2, 2 up, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the second. That brings up Zion Noel, second baseman for the Conway Tigers.
Yeah,
Again, you were talking about the young guys, another sophomore.
Yeah, the super sophomore. Last time we had a super sophomore class, it was a young man by the name of Tonka Hemingway, who got drafted by the Raiders. His class at Conway High School was the last one that we were really.
I remember calling those football games. Tonka Truck Hemingway.
Tonka don't play, so he's playing with the Raiders now.
He played varsity football for about 15 years over at Conway.
Yeah, I think so. There's been a Hemingway in that program between Junior Hemingway and Tonka. And Tonka was a great baseball player. He was the region player of the year in basketball. And that's what you want. You want kids that play several sports. You don't need to just do one. Now, if you're not good in any other sport, then I get it. But you can always swim or cross country.
Jake Frick, all-speed pitch on the inside corner, swinging a miss now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you know, another thing about these playing multiple sports, and I've talked about this with several coaches, it's not just the playing of sports and making them all around a better athlete. It's also using different muscle groups and using those muscle groups in a different way, because these kids that play just one sport, I think that's one of the reasons we're seeing more and more injuries.
I agree 100%, because you got to, you talk about swimming, you talk about cross country. There's different sports that you can play. It don't always have to be football, basketball, baseball. That you do different things in different times, and you're right, the muscle memory, it helps out with non-injuries.
Full count pitch there from Jake Frick is fouled off by Noel.
Tell you, Frick looks very comfortable right here. And he got out of that first inning, just like Glavin. If Glavin never got out of the first inning, he was lights out the rest of the way. And the way that he's throwing right now, and there's a base hit.
Yep, there's a base hit into left center. Don't have to hit it hard, just have to hit them where they ain't.
And Conway's done that. They would have had one more hit. They got 4 hits so far, but great play by the second baseman in North Myrtle Beach. So they're placing the ball. They're not trying to hit home runs yet.
With 2 outs, runner on first, back to the top of the batting order for Will Neff. Yeah, a soft liner over to first base.
I really like this kid here, Will Neff. He's a guy that just works hard. He's a leader on this Conway Tiger baseball team, and he gets out there. He's first to arrive and last to leave. Not hit hard, but right up the middle. And
line drive right up the middle. Sawyer Smith, the shortstop, was cheating up the middle, makes the easy pick for out number 3, and that's 2 line outs for Neff, though. He's hitting the ball on the nose. Mm-hmm. Maybe not. Both of his line drives haven't been the hardest hit line drives, but lined out to the first baseman and now lined out to the shortstop. But that will end the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We're going to keep it here I want to say a big hello to Arthur White, listening from across the big pond over in England.
Oh,
Part of Coach Brian Alderson, BA's family.
what do you have, biscuits over there? Got some kind of biscuits in the morning?
Well, it's not morning over there. They're 5 hours ahead. So normally we were told they don't get to watch because we've got night games, so it's 11, 12 o'clock by the time we start. And I used to have a young lady that from Australia that played softball over at Coastal, and her mom would wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to listen to me. There's a lot of things I might be doing at 2 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I won't be doing anything at 2 o'clock in the morning but sleeping.
About 10 o'clock is my curfew.
But
you talk about that. They're just listening to you. But being in the community in North Myrtle Beach, people want to hear it. It makes them, they're in Australia or England. It makes them feel a little bit in North Myrtle Beach, a little bit home cooking for them.
Well, and I know you're kind of the same way I am. And I think a lot of guys like us that do high school sports, when I hear that a grandparent's able to listen to the game from out of state, I would. When you got me to come and do the recreation, what was it, the under 10
district tournament? Yeah,
tournament last summer. A parent came up to me from down in Pawleys Island, and there was a grandfather that had never seen his grandson play, and he was in a assisted living place somewhere down in Georgia, and he was able to watch. He just happened to play on the field that I was doing, and he was able to watch him play 3 games. If I would have known that, I would have just come and done those games just for him to be able to watch his grandson.
I'd rather have that than 1,000 views. That's what it's about. When you got people from out of state that's never seen their grandson play, and they let you know that, then that makes you want to do it. Because this is not easy. People think that anybody can just fire up and do this. It's not easy. It's time-consuming. And when you get feedback like that, that's gold.
Yeah, makes it all worth it. I would do it over and over and over again for stories like that. But quickly back to the game while we're talking about that. Brown Reeves, first baseman for the Chiefs, steps in to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Has a 2-1 count, lines this one back up the middle. Nice job by Landon Barker.
Barker, I tell you what, this
plays his position.
4 big outs for him. He's a lanky guy. And the way he's throwing, again, he's not throwing 95, but he's throwing where they can't hit it. And I was told by a very famous baseball coach, used to coach at Coastal Carolina University, he said, Ashley, it don't matter how hard you throw ball 4. And
exactly right.
You know what? You give them a chance to hit it. A lot of these guys ain't going to hit home runs, but some of them will, but just give fielders a chance.
In steps left-handed.
Yeah, he was trying to tie it up
hitting
there.
Right fielder Gabe Priest.
Priest was trying to hit a bomb right there.
Gabe leads the Chiefs in home runs this year with 4. Also has a pair of doubles. Just a .226 batting average.
Give him that high strike.
Gabe, the Chiefs' top pitcher, 8-1, getting a lot of Division I looks.
Well, I'm quite sure if this game goes like this, if it's close towards the 5th or 6th inning, then you're going to start seeing the number 1s and 2s for North Myrtle Beach coming in
You'll
pitch.
see a Gabe Priest, a Sawyer Smith.
And it's almost, we always say like in rec ball, you got good pitchers, you save them. Well, you can't save them. You better win this game.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You got to live to play that next day.
Now, we had a team that had Jordan Gore, G.K. Young. I think Grant Holmes was on that team, and we saved Grant and Jordan and pitched somebody else and ended up losing 2 and out, and they never even pitched an inning. So you think too much sometimes.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Nice pitch there by Barker, but fouled off at the plate. Yeah, Gabe transferred into North Myrtle Beach this year from just across the state line in Whiteville, North Carolina.
Oh, my goodness.
Big city of Whiteville.
Well, I think it was a good choice by him because this is really good baseball here at North Myrtle Beach. I don't know what they have in Whiteville, but I'm guaranteed.
Well, I have a gentleman listening that is from Whiteville.
Is he going to say that they're good?
And, they are really good.
Did he just not start, didn't play, or what?
Oh, he was starting and playing, but they were really good. They just weren't this good.
Oh, okay.
They weren't North Myrtle Beach Chiefs good.
That's a shot.
3-2 pitch here. Gabe Priest hits it on the nose, but right at
McCracken.
center fielder McCracken makes the play.
And that's
2 up, 2 down.
Conway's going to have to do that, make plays, errors. You can't give North Myrtle Beach 4 outs. It'll be a big problem. So they're going to have to make the plays that they're supposed to make. And with McCracken out there and Dawes right here, these are the leaders of the team, and they talk very well.
That brings up sophomore third baseman Peyton Gallup for the Chiefs. Takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. Peyton Gallup, a catcher by trade as he was growing up, but of course when you got CJ Oxendine behind the plate, you got to find somewhere else.
Yeah. If you can hit, you'll play. So he better play. Yeah, he did find a play.
Here the last 2 years has become a very good third baseman. Well, he's looking very forward, I think, to getting behind the plate next year. And Caden Lank, who is normally a shortstop, well, he's ready, I think, from what I've seen. He's ready to step in over at third until Sawyer Smith is gone, and then Caden Lank, who again I've said as rated the top freshman baseball player in the state of South Carolina, he'll move over to short.
13 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
Playing 5A, yeah, that's strong.
Playing 5A ball as a freshman and playing it pretty well.
But the good thing about playing other positions when you got leaders in front of you is that your resume for college gets a little deeper. Well, I can play third too. I'm not just a catcher. So it kind of doesn't pigeonhole you. It gives you an opportunity to get on the field. And that's what it is in college, because I've known people that played a certain position and went to college, and, well, you ain't playing that position. You're going to do this, or you're not going to play.
On the 3-2 pitch, Gallup puts it in play on the left side, picked up by third baseman Karsten Huggins.
I tell you, Huggins played
3 up, 3 down.
3 hole right there. That's a good inning sequence for the Tigers. The North Myrtle Beach Chiefs don't look like they're panicking. I mean, just saying, it's 1-0. The Tigers better not leave so many runners on base and score some runs.
Landon Barker doing about all you could ask. Six players up, 6 players down, helped out by the caught stealing on a heck of a throw back in the first by Will Neff. We're going to go to the third inning now. North Myrtle Beach trailing Conway 1-0 here in the first round of District 3 tournament action as we head towards the lower state. Well, we've got to get after this district, then we go to lower state, and then the state championship tournament. Speaking of state championship events, the girls track and field team at North Myrtle Beach, they won the region 2 weekends ago, and just this past weekend won the lower state championship. So they will be traveling to Spring Valley High School this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. for the state championship meet. Fenna Hollow was the Region 6 Track Athlete of the Year. She was also the Runner of the Year in cross country. Coach Alex Booth named the Region 6 Coach of the Year. And taking a look at lower state champions for the Lady Chiefs, Janiyah Bragg at 100 meters, Fenna Hollow 1,600 meters, Robin Walsh 3,200 meters. The 4x100 meter relay team of Jakira McCollum, Madison Vereen, Zoe Green, and Janiyah Bragg. And then Faith Farmer, Fenna Hollow, Aaliyah Lang, and Robin Walsh of the 4x800 meter team. And then our big girl, Destiny Vereen, on the shot put. She hadn't even picked up a shot before 2 years ago, and has now won the lower state championship and moving on to the state championship.
Wow.
As we move to the third inning here in baseball action, Hunter Dawes, left fielder, steps in. He's got a 1-1 count from Jake Frick.
Kind of gave up on that pitch a little bit.
Slow rolling grounder up the middle. Shortstop Sawyer Smith comes over, makes the play. 1 up, 1 down. Corbin Todd, who grounded out to second base, will now step in. Grounded out to second back in the first.
Big 3 coming up for the Tigers. Todd, McCracken, and Cannon. And that's where the Conway Tigers will do a lot of damage, or need to do a lot of damage. Yeah, Frick is settled in, and he's all about that outside corner. If the Tigers don't try to pull that ball, then they're going to have some success.
That pitch on the inside corner, but low, evens the count at 1-1.
So Frick was your closer? You said he's the
Frick's
closer?
been the closer all year long until, again, the next to the last game of the regular season, got the start and threw a complete game shutout up at South Florence. And
best time to do it.
Hey, no better time to step up for your first game than.
Nobody would remember if you did it week 2. So you add him to your top 3 guys, and that's a recipe for going deep into the playoffs. Because good pitching always beats good hitting. I've always said that. I mean, people have their different philosophies, but if you got a stud pitcher on the mound, and it's a different deal. And I was around when Jordan Lyles from Hartsville and Colby Holmes. I mean, I watched them pitch a one-hit. Both of them had one-hitters, and it was a 1-0 game. And, you got guys on both of those teams that played college baseball, couldn't hit it. So this is what North Myrtle Beach set up for.
Well, that 2-2 pitch is off the outside corner, and another full count for Jake Frick. I know at least on 4 occasions so far here in the early going, Frick has loaded up the count. This one's going to be fouled off down the first base side. Brown Reeves gives it a chase but can't get up to it. Now you're talking about all these other pitcher names. You got a pretty decent pitcher that you're close to, Will Smith. He was the godfather of coastal baseball because he was another one he pitched there forever. But
since he was 8 years old.
But he's doing well this year for the Hurricanes at the University of Miami in his 12th season of college baseball.
Yeah, it's exciting to be in Miami. He's been blessed with great coaches at Conway High School with Anthony Carroll, Billy Sylvester when he was doing Legion, Coach Gilmore, and all those guys. He's having fun. Will. I mean, he's that guy. He's a clubhouse guy. Brings a lot of looseness. Let's just say looseness.
A lot of looseness, a lot of energy, a lot of trash talking.
A lot of trash talking, and that's what Miami, they love it. So he's having fun there in Virginia today. They lost last night, and he did pitch an inning. He did give up a run, but that's all right. So he's having fun. And misses Coastal Carolina, though.
He was Will was a fan favorite over at Coastal Carolina. So catch you up on baseball action here. Corbin Todd had swung, missed. Ball got loose from the catcher, but CJ able to pick it up, throw him out for the strikeout for the out number 2, and then Jake McCracken. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Got it with the outside or the end of his bat and pops it up in foul territory for Brown Reeves. First 3-up, 3-down inning for Jake Frick here in the top of the 3rd.
That was huge because he didn't throw a lot of pitches. He's at pitch 48 right now. And I don't know how deep they're going to let him go, but usually, around 65, 70 pitches because there's a pitch limit where you can go a certain amount of days, and I don't know what that is. I probably should know that, but you're going to see some people stirring around in the North Myrtle Beach bullpen, and I think that's exactly what the head coach of North Myrtle Beach wanted. I think he would give me 3 or 4 good innings and keep us within striking distance, and I think our bats could come through.
Again, taking a look at some more spring sports to update you here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs over on the boys track and field side. Again, Region 6 champions for the Chiefs boys track and field team. All region members: Dylan Kemp, Calvin Vaught, Nairee Hanna, Elijah Lewis, LaShawn Scott, Jamari Wilson. In the lower state championships, lower state individual champions: 400 meters, Elijah Lewis; 400 meter hurdles, Jarrell Bellamy. The 4x400 meter relay team of LaShawn Scott, Jamari Wilson, Nairee Hanna, and Elijah Lewis. And then Dylan Kemp won the lower state championship in the pole vault for the Chiefs. Leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, designated hitter Caden Lank.
Just talking to Hunter Dawes right there, and during that break, he said the ball is moving to the outside, that Frick is just commanding the zone.
Caden Lank, we've talked about him a couple of times. Freshman. Comes into this game batting .323, missed part of the middle part of the season with an injury, but since coming back, when he came back, that batting average was down around .250, but has been on a tear of late. He's one of those Chiefs that we talked about. He's batting .385 over his last 5 outings to raise that batting average. This pitch from Barker is outside, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, it don't matter if you get hits in the first part of the season. Right now, you get high at the right time and special things happen, which you're part of that 2016 National Championship team, and you saw how that happened. This thing started basically the same way for North Myrtle Beach and Conway right now.
Yep, things start rolling. Some things you got. I don't care how good you are. You've got to get lucky in baseball.
100%.
You're not going to win a state championship, a national championship without having a lucky bounce or a lucky roll here or there.
Because at some point when you get to the topper level, then everybody's going to be the same.
Right.
I mean, they're going to be the same. And then you got to differentiate yourself, and you got to get lucky. And
everybody's got the stud pitchers. Everybody's got the stud hitters. Somewhere along the line, you've either got to make your own opportunity or you've got to take advantage when it's given to you. 3 ball, 2 strike count to the Chiefs' leadoff hitter coming up from Landon Barker.
It's trouble.
And Lank puts this one just in play into right center. The right fielder, Kenley McCracken, comes in, makes a sliding effort.
I think McCracken had a lot of things in his eyeballs there, a bunch of yellow shirts flying around him. And
yeah, you've got a center fielder, right fielder, left fielder, second baseman, everybody converging on that ball.
But what a great effort by McCracken. I thought he had that ball. And actually, when it was first hit, there's no way. But he got there real quick, and I think the McCracken brothers right there kind of run into each other.
That brings up left-handed hitting left fielder Gabe Kuznick for the first time in this game.
Another big cat.
Kuznick squares to bunt. And for those of you that are familiar with North Myrtle Beach baseball and hearing me do games, Coach B.A. is an old-school National League coach. He is going to small ball you to death. He is going to try and put pressure when he can. And, so far in this game, Conway's put the pressure by keeping the Chiefs off the base paths. And again, fouls the bunt attempt off at the plate.
Coach is not going to be happy with that. Because when you're asked to bunt, you better get the bunt down. Some kids, and I know when I played, some people would get the bunt sign and we'll try to bunt it and then swing away. But
I'm going to foul a couple off so I can swing my bat.
Quickest way to get your fanny on the bench is what that is. And see, then you strike out. Then you got to walk back and see Coach. Not a fun conversation going to be had right there.
No, that's kind of one of those. And for those not usual watching North Myrtle Beach, just because there was an 0-2 count, I didn't say it, but I wanted to. Just because there's an 0-2 count doesn't mean that Coach B.A. won't call that bunt attempt again. But now with 1 out, 9-hole hitter Connor Helmecki, center fielder, steps in, squares to bunt, bunts it off the third base side of the mound. Barker hops off. Nice play by the pitcher. Hops off the mound, fires across the infield for out number 2.
Well, I tell you what, Wayne, that play is so tough for a left-handed pitcher to make. He had to go and twirl around and make the throw. A great bunt. I thought he was going to beat it out, but Landon kept his composure and threw a dart to first base.
Caden Lank moves over into scoring position at second base and back to the top of the batting order. Asa Board, who lined out to center field to lead off the bottom of the first for North Myrtle Beach, takes the first pitch high for ball 1.
This is the first time that Landon's had some pressure on him, running in scoring position here, kind of putting the squeeze on him, see how he reacts.
And as you pointed out, the first time when Asa Board was up to bat, he had a 2-0 count. And at that point, the pitch needs to be perfect. And ball was a little high on the outside, and Asa thought he could take it into the gap, ended up lining it out to the center fielder and takes that pitch there for a strike. So now evens the count at 1-1 from Landon Barker, working his 3rd inning for the Conway Tigers.
Caught a balk there. Got a little quick.
I was going to say, he did. He called a balk. I thought he was calling out a strike, and I was like, what in the world? That ball was in the dirt before it got to the plate.
His address, Conway, South Carolina, if that happened. But we talked about putting pressure on.
I bet he got a chicken sandwich, too.
I guarantee he did. But you talk about pressure. That right there was a situation that they put pressure on, and now, base hit, scores, and you're tied up.
Caden Lank now over at third base. Looking to make that final move and tie this game at 1 as the Conway Tigers scored in the top of the first.
I was just getting ready to say that wouldn't be a bad situation to bunt in right there, because I know he's got some speed. Third baseman playing back a little bit. Good look. Now they got Conway thinking.
2 balls, 1 strike. The ace aboard.
Yeah, his job is to get on base for the big hitters behind him.
Ace aboard this time, not squaring the bunt, but the ball was inside in the dirt, and great job by Neff behind the plate, keeping that in front.
His footwork, man, he's got great footwork. He's the athlete back there, and that saved a run.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Good pitch.
That pitch on the inside corner at the knees.
He was taking all the way, and that's a good leadoff hitter. That's what you want to do.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Chiefs' second baseman.
North Myrtle Beach crowd starting to get into it a little bit.
3-2, this one's low and away.
And Barker's getting a little frustrated. You might want to go out and just say hello to him. Ask him what he's going to have for lunch, or just get his mind off of it, because you start trying to put a ball right down the middle of the plate, and that's where you're going to get hurt.
And especially with the next couple of batters here, Sawyer Smith, shortstop, as one of the 2 Chiefs hits. So he had a single right down the left field line, wanted to stretch it into a double.
Let's see how aggressive North Myrtle Beach is right here on the bases. A lot of times they do that fake run, or they run and stop just to get the run to score.
First pitch, ace aboard taken off. Sawyer Smith swings through it, and Neff just holds on to it. They're going to concede second base to ace aboard. Base hit now, give the Chiefs a lead.
As bad as it's been for North Myrtle Beach so far, 1 hit right here could make it all go away.
1 hit changes it.
I'll go away. And the Tigers are thin on pitching, so this is going to be interesting.
0-1 pitch, Sawyer Smith swinging, lifts it into short right field.
2 hands.
And over to make the play is right fielder Kenley McCracken. So Landon Barker allows runners on first and second after getting the first 2 out, and then gets out of it as the Chiefs strand 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. And our score remains Conway 1, North Myrtle Beach 0 as we head to the 4th here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. We head to the 4th inning here on the Chiefs Sports Network. Conway maintaining a 1-0 lead over the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs.
Got 5, 6, 7 up for the Tigers. You got Cannon, Gerald, and McCracken. So the Tigers want to try to knock Frick out, but right now, he's throwing the ball well. Hadn't thrown a lot of pitches, 48, but they do have somebody warming up.
Yep, Fisher Nichols for the Chiefs, another junior righty. 2-0 in the year with a 1.53 ERA and 6 appearances, is warming up. A first pitch, line to center field, and one step before the fence.
Brewer Cannon with a big shot, almost falls off the base. They tag him, but he's safe. And this looks like the center fielder got kind of tied up looking around. And
yeah, I think he turned one way and then turned the other, and also was nearing the fence. And Connor Helmecki, one step before the fence, has the ball kick off the base of his glove.
And for not having a lot of power last couple of games, the Tigers are putting a charge in the baseball. That was off the fence, and Brewer Cannon hustling all the way. Kind of slipped off the base. That could have been disastrous, but let's see if the Tigers play small ball here.
Leadoff double. That brings up Bryson Gerald, who struck out at the end of the first, squares to bunt, takes the first pitch low for ball one, and C.J. Oxendine quickly reminding Brewer Cannon at second that he's got a cannon of his own.
Well, and that being said, I could see the Tigers playing off of his aggressiveness and just kind of fake it and go, because he's going to throw it down. He's getting bored back there.
Oh yeah, and CJ's one of these. He's gonna try to make something happen if he can.
And this is classic Conway baseball here. Get a guy on second, you bunt him over, get a run. So you got an opportunity to score a run here. Can the Tigers produce it? Because one run is not going to win this game, I don't think.
I don't think so. 1-1 the count now.
It seems like each inning, North Myrtle Beach getting closer and closer and closer. The dam's about to break.
1-1 pitch fouled off against the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count.
Yeah, bunting is a lost art. Again, you're sacrificing yourself, and it should be the easiest way. We've had a coach that would have like a lacrosse net, and you would catch it with the lacrosse net. And some of these kids are like poking at the ball, and
just want to catch it right off the end of the bat.
So Gerald's got to get the ball down. And he's swinging away.
1-2 pitch.
Just like a bunt. Hey, how about that?
He swung about as hard as he could and hit it all of about 10 feet.
Hey, did his job. Gerald did his job.
Jake Frick comes over and makes the play off of the mound, but Bryson Gerald moves over Cannon to third base with 1 out.
Maybe that's the new bunting style. He's got to hit the top of the baseball.
That's it. That's all you need. No matter – get the job done, no matter how the job is completed. So that'll bring up right fielder Kenley McCracken. He grounded out to Jake Frick to lead off the second inning.
Yeah, Frick's at 54 pitches, so he's still in there. Nice pitch.
All-speed pitch.
Got to get something in the outfield, the right side of the field. You can't be a hero here. Just hit something over there.
Yep, so anything on the right's going to give you that insurance run.
And Brewer's got speed, so he can tag up and go.
1-0 pitch, all speed, outside. And
that's just a dirty pitch there. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that. You just tip your hat, hey, you beat me. Let's go
But
again.
It's also one of those pitches, it's outside, which is easier for you to hit it the other way. So don't really fault McCracken for trying to take a swing at it. And again, Frick trying to hit that outside corner, but this one is a little bit too far outside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count.
Not a big lead by Cannon, so pass ball is not going to help him.
Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. This is the first game of the District 3 tournament. The other 2 teams in District 3, Berkeley and White Knoll. Berkeley defeated White Knoll last night. So the winner of this game will play Berkeley on Monday. The loser will play White Knoll. The Chiefs, no matter what, will be here at home, win or lose. If Conway wins, they will be traveling to Berkeley. Put in play, line drive, and ace aboard. Second baseman there to make the play. Line drive shading up the middle towards second base, but ace aboard comes over, makes the catch.
I just want to say good coaching right there, but Asa made the play. It hit right to him, so there's some advanced scouting. As my friend Steve Hall, they watch film too. They see what they do.
Adam perfectly played, and a good job by not only the base coach, but also by Cannon over at third base on that line drive, not getting caught off. This
not
is
do it. That's trouble.
Huggins steps in and a blooper single.
Wow. You ain't got to hit it hard.
That's just hit into no man's land.
It was. I thought the shortstop had a bead on it, but the more he ran, it kind of carried a little bit and just out of the outreached arms of That guy, man, big run.
Karsten Huggins just hit it right between center fielder, left fielder, second baseman, shortstop, everybody converging on it. And the ball dropped perfectly for Conway right in the middle. So an RBI single scores Brewer Cannon from third, and the Conway Tigers up 2-0 now on North Myrtle Beach.
And the bottom part of the order is doing their job for the Tigers.
Zion Noel puts this one in play on the left side. Over to pick it up for the Chiefs is Peyton Gallup for out number 3, 5-3 on the putout.
Gallup made that look easy. That was a tough play. Made that look easy.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left for Conway. The Tigers have opened up a 2-0 lead over number 1 seed in the lower state and number 3 ranked in the state, North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, here on the Chiefs' home turf, the Hank Hester Sports Complex.
Who was Hank Hester? What did he do?
Hank Hester, longtime supporter of the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, long time president of the Chiefs Athletic Booster Club. And Hank has given up the presidency, but he is still leaned on heavily and still helps out. The good thing for Hank is that now he helps out when he really wants to. And he doesn't have to do it all the time.
Best time to do
it. But Hank's one of those. I mean, every town that's got a good support group has that one guy that's just always there.
Yeah, the Tigers had Cater Floyd.
Yep.
Was the one. Cater Floyd is the one. Nobody has stepped up yet. We need somebody to step up out there.
Well, that is Hank Hester, 100%. One of the best men I've ever met. Another spring sports update, softball for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. The Lady Chiefs dropped a tough game last night. They are going to be in a elimination game this coming Monday night at 6 p.m. The Lady Chiefs travel to Chapin, with the winner of that one advancing to the district finals at Berkeley. So good luck to the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Got behind last night, came back. Looked like they were going to get the win, but now have to come through the losers part of that bracket.
That's tough. At least they don't have to worry about pitching.
Exactly.
That one girl could probably throw the whole time.
That's exactly right. We always talk about softball. Oh, it's a natural arm movement. I remember back when I was traveling with college softball, the same girl would pitch, 30 games in a row. They don't really do that as much anymore. It's kind of, now they've got a rotation. We didn't know what a rotation was back when I was in softball, back when I was traveling with college softball.
Something's going on. Oxendon's visibly upset. He's got a helmet. This is a tough part of the lineup. This is a big spot for both teams because you got 2, 3, 4 for North Myrtle Beach coming
3,
up.
4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And Oxendon's hot. Something about the helmet. I don't know if the helmet.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about the helmet. The umpire didn't like it. So before the first pitch is made.
I got a bad feeling this is coming over our tent. Don't poke the bear.
Well, if it comes right over the tent, it's just going to hit an old red truck. Now, to the left of the tent.
Got to hit a tank.
First pitch down
I think
low
CJ,
for ball 1.
CJ is going to swing out of his shoes if one's in the zone.
CJ will, if something is in the zone, CJ is going to attack it and attack it hard.
And the good thing about it for the Tigers is the home run, it ain't going to hurt you. Solo home runs don't really hurt you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's 2-0 the count. Landon Barker, starting pitcher for the Conway Tigers.
Very efficient.
Shut out the Chiefs through 3 innings.
Very efficient, 45 pitches.
That pitch called strike on the outside corner, 2-1 now.
I always love to come to baseball games when I have no skin in the game, really, and just hear the fans argue about everything. Everything.
Every pitch.
It's the craziest thing I've seen.
The end of the world lies on every pitch. 2-1 pitch off the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Fisher Nichols warming up a lot harder now in the pen, so I think we may have seen the end of the day's work for Jake Frick, but we will see coming up in the
And he was a snake bit. He had a
Up in the
very
fifth.
good outing. You saw the little bloop hits, the little things that happened, but I was really impressed with him. So, the deeper that North Myrtle Beach goes in the playoffs, Frick's going to be a part of that rotation.
Leadoff walk to C.J. Oxendine. One thing you don't want to do as a pitcher, and coaches cringe, is you've got the lead, don't give free passes.
I always say it walks a run. Every time it walks a run.
Brown Reeves, first baseman for the Chiefs, steps in. He grounded out. Back to the pitcher, Barker, in the second inning.
Nice.
Lines this one on the third. That's going to be a 5. He's
Safe.
safe. The throw coming from third baseman Karsten Huggins was high. Second baseman Zion Noel did a good job going up and getting it, but then could not come back on the bag fast enough. So Brown Reeves will reach over at first. C.J. Oxendine slid in, and with the wild throw is safe at second.
Well, and you could put that all on C.J. Oxendine. He came in hot. He came in, he was sliding, and, when you hustle, good things happen. Tough break for the Tigers. This seems like a big part of the game right now with the tying run at first.
Runners on first and second. Gabe Priest will step in. Flew out to center field. Gabe squares the bunt, bunts it foul.
I would say after this game, there may be a bunting practice for at least 2 kids. I don't know about the whole team, and that's an interesting point right there. You say he's the old school manager. You got your 5 hitters, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Bunting, and it looks like he probably could take it out, but you want to get the second and third and take your chances.
Yeah, you got 4 home runs on the season, leads the team. Squares the bunt here, and that's a nice job by Barker. I like when you're ahead in the count, especially. Guy squares the bunt, throw it right for his eyes.
You know what? 95 doesn't bother me, but a wild 95 bothers me.
Oh, yeah.
Even a wild 80 bothers me. If you think you're going to get hit, then you ain't going to dig in. Oxendine slipped down right there. Neff could have had an opportunity to get him.
Lefty-lefty matchup here between Barker and Priest.
Good bunt.
Priest, great bunt on the
That's
third
trouble.
base side.
Dang, Barker's
And
made 2 plays.
Barker makes the play.
Just calm, cool, and collect. I thought there's no way that Barker could make that throw, and just a good all-around effort by Barker and the first baseman Bryson Gerald stretching out to get that. Now, Gerald's another one of those football players, too, a tough one.
Chiefs put runners now on second, third with 2 in scoring position. Peyton Gallup, who grounded out to third base to end the second inning.
Got a discussion here. The third base the bench coach came out and wanted the umpires to have a conversation. And don't really know what happened.
They were arguing that if he beat the throw, although I didn't think it was even that close.
I didn't think it was that close either, unless he pulled off the bag. But again, you got, the first base coach is trying to make something happen and get under the skin.
Maybe just give Landon Barker one other thing to think about.
100%. It's all a mental game. There's a lot of good players and not a lot of mental good players. And Barker so far.
Chiefs sophomore third baseman looking to make something happen. Down 2-0, but got 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Here at the bottom of the fourth.
Landon needs a strikeout right here. A strikeout would be huge. You almost concede the run to get an out, but you should really like to get a strikeout or a non-competitive out.
First pitch from Barker's low and away, ball 1.
And I think one of the Conway coaches might need to go down and just talk to him or get Will Neff out there. Just calm him down. It's a big part of the game, and you don't want to go on emotion alone.
I'm guessing at this point just whoever pitcher number 2 would be for Conway must be in the game at this point because they haven't had anybody warming up. This pitch is going to be lifted into foul territory down the first base, or actually down the right field line, and it is going to fall foul.
Well, got a little speed there. He hustled up. Like to see kids hustle. That's the one thing. Might not make the play, but it's hustle.
Hustle. That's hustle will win you a lot of games.
That'll mess you up sometimes, but not a lot. Not a lot. I'd rather have that way, the hustle and mess up than just.
Yeah, if you make a mistake because you're hustling, you've still got the fact that at least you were hustling in there.
Ooh,
1-1 pitch, squaring to bunt. That ball's going to be fair and on with a base hit.
Looks
like going to be Peyton Gallup.
Wow, I thought that Huggins had an opportunity to catch that ball. It stayed in the air for a long time, but again, Barker being left-handed, it's tough for him to get all the way down that line. And just like that, the bases are loaded with one out. And the Chiefs are it's coming now. It just feels like the Tigers have put bubble gum on the dam the last 2 innings, and they got no more bubble gum.
Yep, trying to get the little things going. But Caden Lank, freshman for the Chiefs, singled to right center to lead off the 3rd inning, and now batting with the bases loaded. A couple of raindrops starting to fall. First pitch fouled off. It was a nice looking swing. He found it straight back.
As my good friend G.K. Young would call that a daddy hack. But they don't need a daddy hack right now. They just need to put something in play and let Conway throw it around a little bit.
Did G.K. Young ever swing the bat when it wasn't a daddy hack?
I would love for somebody to give him a bunt sign.
The 0-1 pitch. This one called strike.
Coming back, being strong right here. North Myrtle Beach, they do not want to strike out here. They got to put something in play.
Got to put something in play here.
That's where you choke up, spread your feet, and just slap at it, almost like a softball, girl softball.
Peyton Gallup at first, Brown Reeves at second, C.J. Oxendine over at third.
And he started this off with that walk and then the hustle down to second.
The 0-2.
Big
swung
pitch.
On and missed. Caden Lank.
Big pitch by Landon Barker. Just comes in and bam, sits him down.
Base is still juiced with Chiefs, but 2 outs now. And that will bring up Gabe Kuznick. He struck out back in the 3rd inning.
Nice pitch by Barker. Got to get that down, though.
Kuznick swinging a miss.
He had Kuznick fooled a little bit. Kind of got his front foot out in front of him and it's kind of slapped at it. Nice pitch by Barker, but again, he's got to get that down or that could be trouble.
It's kind of, you get up playing in that territory. It's just you put the bat in the right place with a high pitch, and it's going to go a long way. The 0-1 pitch off the outside corner.
It's like Neff got a little bored too, and I don't dislike it, but I don't like that. I'd rather just have Barker.
Well, the thing that I do like, though, is that even though he came up throwing, his throw wasn't a snap throw. I think he kind of stepped. He just made sure he just wanted C.J. Oxendine over at third to know he was thinking about it. But I know what you're saying. You definitely don't want to throw it away. 1-1 pitch down low and inside. 2-1 now the count.
Because you got Oxendine on third like Kelly Lee trying to make something happen. You may catch him, but.
You know who I'm glad I'm not? I'm glad I'm not head coach Billy Sylvester, who's sitting at home watching this.
Oh, he's punching the TV. Maybe we can give him some good news right here.
2-1 pitch called strike on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Barker's 1 pitch away from getting out of this mess, and that would be very impressive.
Yeah. Bases loaded, 1 out, and you strike out the first guy, and now you've got a 2-2 pitch coming up to Gabe Kuznick.
Slider. Make him chase. Got him.
Swung on and missed. Bases loaded, 1 out, and back-to-back strikeouts.
Landon Barker bails him out. Huggins is probably, the third baseman better run over there and give him a big old giant high five, but big outing right there. Big inning for Landon Barker. But again.
And I just kind of got reminded, because I know we were talking about a young team, but Landon Barker's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be strong left-hander, but it just still feels, Wayne, that, North Myrtle Beach is chipping away, and now they have bases loaded, but the Tigers have grown up right there by getting out of that bases loaded
jam. You kind of keep getting a little more, but, and like you were talking about, the pressure kind of builds. Well, now all of a sudden, you're the favored team, but you're getting ready to go to the 5th inning, you're down 2-0. You just loaded the bases with 1 out. You weren't able to get anything done. Now, instead of Conway feeling that pressure, as longer this game goes, obviously goes back to the blue and gold over in the third base dugout.
Well, 100%, because now it's like, the first couple innings, it was all fun and games. Oh, yeah, Conway, that's cute. And, they got a run. Oh, they got 2 runs. But now you're getting to DEFCON 4 with 3 innings to go. And the Tigers are going to have to put together, because Landon's getting to a point that, he's at a pitch count, but he is rolling right now. And, you're going to have guys out there trying to hit a 10-run homer,
Right.
when it don't exist. They just got to keep playing defense. And baseball's a funny game. Like football, I'd feel really good. But baseball can change on a walk bomb, and next thing you know is game over. So it's that new pitcher coming in for North Myrtle Beach, that right-hander, and he looks like he's throwing it pretty stiff. So different look for the Tigers coming up in this inning. But, you got Oxendine. I was impressed with him that inning. Came in hot at second base. Could have, locked in there if he wanted to.
Yeah, it's a hard hit to third. I'm going to be out at second base. Well,
and Noel definitely knew he was
pressure.
coming. The train was on the tracks. It was coming.
Well, as we go to the 5th inning, the day is done for Jake Frick. Fisher Nichols will come in. Fisher, a junior, making his 7th appearance.
There's
First
a nice
pitch
play.
swinging.
Short.
Sawyer Smith.
What a play, though.
Sawyer Smith makes the play sliding, but by the time he gets up and throws over to first, Will Neff.
Speed. He's got some speed. Wow,
That's not catcher speed. That's just speed.
He's an athlete. But what a play by the shortstop there. I mean, Smith just dove and almost got up and made that throw.
And Sawyer Smith's got a strong arm, but in that case, he just wasn't able to set. You just had to throw it as fast as get rid of it as fast as you could. And with a leadoff single, that'll bring up Hunter Dawes. Hunter Dawes 1 for 2, singled, scored a run back in the first inning.
If you wanted to paint a picture of this game, that play right there has been North Myrtle Beach's. I mean, just nothing crazy. This little dinks and dots where they're not. It's nothing overpowering.
Hitting them in the right place, squaring to bunt. Is Dawes. He pulls the bat back, called strike on the outside corner.
Dawes is probably one of their best bunters, so he should be able to get this down to get Neff at second. And then you got the studs coming up with Todd, McCracken, and Cannon.
Dawes again squares to bunt. Bunts it hard and foul.
As soon as I say that.
Towards the first base dugout.
Yeah, we used to practice bunting with Coach Jody Rush with a broomstick. That's not fun at all. That stings your hands. So this is a big spot. They got to get this runner in scoring position, and Dawes has got to do it.
Oh-2 pitch coming for Fisher Nichols. Swung on and missed by Dawes.
Oh, bad running play by Neff.
Now they've got Neff off of first, but he's going to get back in.
That was a bad sequence of events for the Tigers. Didn't get the guy over, and Neff about made a base running blunder. But athleticism wins all the time.
Strikeout for Fisher Nichols. With Neff still at first, that'll bring up Corbin Todd. 0 for 2, grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. Struck out and then thrown out by C.J. Oxendine when the ball got away. First pitch, ball inside.
Yeah, I can hear the Chief Faithful getting a little restless back there. I'm glad we're not back there calling the game.
Yeah. Things start. No, that was. So I almost got a platform built right behind home plate, and they were like, "You might not want to be there."
That's a tough spot. Tough spot, especially when you're expected to win. Everybody's nice to you when you winning.
Oh yeah.
If you start losing, then it turns on you quick.
Yeah. Even if it's your own dogs.
Myrtle Beach loves me. They didn't a couple years ago.
Well, every once in a while you join the Seahawk Radio Network.
Let Conway start beating Myrtle Beach, so I won't be doing that anymore.
Pitch outside, 3 balls, no strikes to count now. Rain starting to come down a little heavier.
We can go ahead and call this game, and Conway wins. We go into the house. Don't need to be out here in this weather.
I say we get 2 more quick outs and let me figure out how to back this table up some, because that computer's getting wet.
Now that 3-0 pitch, it seems like 99% of the time is the one. I'm swinging that.
If the pitcher lets it go and the catcher catches it, it's going to be a strike. It doesn't matter if it's a strike or not.
And I'm not a coach. I used to coach, but my philosophy is 3-0. You swing at 3-0. I don't care, because that's the best pitch that you're going to see. Hard hit ball, base hit.
3-1, base hit into right field. Neff's going to move over to second. That'll put runners on first and second with one out. Good job at the plate by Corbin Todd.
Todd 1 for 3 tonight, and that's why he's all region. Big hit the other way, first and second. And now the big
Folks,
dog.
if the camera moves a little bit, you're going to have to live with it, because if this computer gets too wet, you're not going to see anything anyway. That should be good enough. We'll see.
Jake McCracken going to Francis Marion next year. Yeah, going to be interesting to see who the Tigers put in the pitch. Oh, they're stopping it? Oh, they called a balk.
They called a balk. That's going to put runners on second, third.
I don't see any arguing with the North Myrtle Beach crowd. He must have put the ball in the glove twice. So a balk. Now, you might even consider, well, I don't think you walk him. They did walk him. I was
They did
about
walk
to say,
him, intentional walk.
to get to Brewer Cannon, he had a big base hit.
Yeah,
Brewer's going to be the one. Here it is.
Brewer Cannon 2 for 2 this game. Had a single back in the first and a double all the way to the center field fence, and scored the second run in the fourth.
Yeah, so Brewer Cannon, a chance to open this thing up, and now they're going to talk it over while the rain is kicking. And I always had a thing about the rain, and is it fair for North Myrtle Beach to be out there playing in the rain? If you stop, then Conway doesn't play in the rain in that inning, because
Right.
you could stop it right now, and then it seems like Conway got an advantage. And then, it's just one of those baseball things, and people complain about everything. It's making up stuff to complain about.
If there's any way to wrangle it towards your favor, that's when you
100%. And they do it too. God, baseball's the worst.
You and I have seen it, at the highest levels of any sport, really. But a coach is going to find that one little niche thing, and I'm going to twist this into.
And I was even guilty of it when my son Will played. I didn't coach him in Dixie Youth Baseball, but he was playing and pitching, had a runner on third, and we were trying to get a run, and he had a white armband on. So I just called Tom, and I just asked the umpire, I said, hey, I'm just curious. Is this allowed? And the umpire's like, are you really doing this? So you get in the heads. It's all about getting in people's heads. But Brewer Cannon could make a good little play here for player of the game. At least the Conway Tiger Radio Network player of the game. Just chased.
Swing and a miss here on the first one. No balls, one strike to Brewer Cannon. Bases loaded for the Tigers. One out. Here in the top of the fifth.
Ooh.
This pitch bounces up. C.J. Oxendine, great job, comes out of his crouch, jumps over, blocks it up.
I don't know. This is one of those plays. It doesn't look like the backstop is that far from home plate. You almost want to be cute and let it bounce back and catch Conway peeking. Good pitch. Brewer
Nice
chase.
pitch, 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. And we talked about in the bottom of the fourth how big a strikeout would be for Barker.
This is huge.
This would be even huger.
Yeah, 100%. Is that a word?
It is right now.
And that is a big pitch.
Nice
Chase.
all-speed pitch in the dirt, and Cannon chases it.
And that's a great job of calling pitches because they played off the aggressiveness of Brewer. They knew that Brewer was going to come up there as a young guy, going to try to swing, and just didn't give anything in the strike zone. So
Still with the bases loaded, first baseman Bryson Gerald steps in, struck out in the third, grounded out to the pitcher.
Thursday advanced the Conway Tigers with a home run. Let's see if he can rekindle that magic. Laying off of it. There you go. You almost got to make him throw you a strike in this situation.
I will go out on a limb here and say if he hits one out here, he will pretty much ensure a Conway Tiger victory.
Well, let's don't spike it now. We ain't blowing horns now.
Yeah, one pitch, another one outside.
He hadn't thrown a strike, as in a called strike. So I'm taking until he throws me one right now.
Yeah.
I got to sneak a run.
He's thrown them close enough to entice us some swings, but no actual strikes have been thrown. That one was.
Wow.
What a great job there for North Myrtle Beach by third baseman Peyton Gallup. C.J. Oxendine
had to throw around.
He was trying to throw, and he threw to the inside of the bag.
Well, you had big Bryson Gerald standing in front of him. The difference between him
to throw around him
and Neff is he was throwing against the left-hander. That was a good strike, though. Oh, that's
3-0 the count.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a called strike on that
too.
pitch. And it was a called strike. Yeah. The scoreboard was wrong. So now it's 3 balls, 1 strike.
I'll take this one too, Wayne.
Oh, yeah, all day.
I do the Little League fake bunt, all that crazy crap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got to get a run some way. There it is.
And that's up high, and that's going to be an insurance run there. 3-0 now, Conway, as Bryson Gerald draws a bases-loaded walk.
Big RBI by Bryson. Now, this is a question that we may ask later, but do you think that North Myrtle Beach may have overlooked Conway a little bit with this pitching situation and what they're doing?
I think that could definitely happen. I really think that I'm not sure what's in their bag there. But I think one of the things that, to me, one of the worries that I had in this game is that you're getting in this late in the season and you're used to playing 2 and 3 times a week, and North Myrtle hasn't played in a week.
They had a week off. That's huge.
So, you know, we had those. We talked about those last 5 games. What team batting average of 3 over 320, and you had all those guys that are batting 500 in those last 5 games, and now all of a sudden you take it out and you're not. You know, you're not in swinging at live pitching. I mean, I know they've been, bat and practice swings are totally different than game swings.
Well, and, there's a lot of strategy, and of course they're a lot smarter than us. But I think Conway's coming in this game. They didn't have anything to lose. I mean, they're 2 games under 500 this season. They barely beat Lugoff Elgin, and oh man, we're going to dye our hair blonde. We're going to do this. We're going to have some fun, and and they're coming in, up 3-0. It looks like North Myrtle Beach is changing pitchers. Who they got?
Well, waiting to get a look. I was thinking Sawyer Smith was going in, but I'm going to wait until I get a number here. And that is number 8, Sawyer Smith, the shortstop. So Caden Lank, I believe, will take over at the – it's going to be Nate O'Connor. And taking over at short.
I'm getting texts from my Conway people, and it'd be Conway people saying this, that it's 3-0, not 2-0. And you know what? Go put 3-3.
Were they texting you when it was 2-0 and it was 1-0 up there for an inning and a half?
It's got to benefit. It's got to benefit us, man.
Hey, well, that one benefited you too. I was actually so we called him. We used to call him our quality control.
I get texts like that all the time.
Director of Quality Control for the North Myrtle Beach Chief Sports Network is Eric Weiss. Well, Eric's a big wrestling fan. So here a few weeks ago, we renamed him. He is now the final boss of Quality Control. And he was sending me text messages look, when he sends me something that's important, that's when I start getting these things.
Oh, wow.
Problem is that I don't ever look at the text messages.
I don't either. And that's what people think. Like when I do a broadcast, I text you and it's, I don't get it till after the game. I got too much going on.
Right, yeah.
I got too much going on. This is like a dang.
And usually I blame it on I'm doing the game by myself.
Yes.
Well, I'm not doing the game by myself, and I still missed it.
And you're doing a free game. Let's just say that.
It's 3-0. It's up there now.
It's up there.
Bases loaded. Changing pitchers, and Kinley McCracken, right fielder for the Conway Tigers, steps in. 0 for 2 today. First pitch, strike on the outside corner.
What?
No.
He was calling it outside. I thought he called a strike too, but he said
he
out.
He pointed, but he was saying like outside.
Yeah.
I thought it was outside, even from way outside here. 1-0 pitch, up high, but swung and missed. Evens the count at a ball and a strike to McCracken.
All of a sudden that zone gets a little bit tighter.
And you've got a few miles difference in pitching that Conway Tigers have seen so far tonight with Sawyer Smith on the mound. That pitch fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to McCracken.
Yeah, we talked about walks. Walks will get you every time, and walks will run.
Yep, intentionally walk, the bases loaded. That's another thing about the intentional walk. Pitcher intentionally walked somebody, and now all of a sudden I think that intentional.
Oh!
This one, wild pitch, gets away. And
that's CJ
CJ picked it up, threw it, back towards the plate, gets all the way to the first baseman, Brown Reeves, but Brown Reeves was there, luckily for the Chiefs, so it's not any worse than it is.
Carson Todd had a great jump there, but luckily, a fundamentally sound North Myrtle Beach team had a backup right there. Another run would have scored, and, you know, it's to the point now, it's like Conway's not really hitting the baseball. It's North Myrtle Beach is giving this game away.
Wild pitch scores Corbin Todd from third. It's 4-0. Conway.
Base hit kind of put this thing away. There's a shot that's short. Oh, he might have beat it out. He did.
He's safe.
A bad throw. It makes the first baseman jump and hustling down the line. And an RBI, Tigers up 5-0. Wow.
I'm not giving an RBI on an error there,
no,
Mr.
Well, I'm trying to help you guy out right there. But I'm a pitcher's dad, so yes, I was an error. But just hustling down the line, and, you know, new shortstop coming in.
Excellent job. Nate O'Connor came up, fielded the ball cleanly, and then just rushed the throw over to first and throws it high.
It's something to be said when you make them make a play. Make anybody make a play.
Goes back to exactly what I was saying. You want to put pressure. Put pressure on the opposing team. And Conway has done that and has blown this game wide open now, 5-0.
And if you're Conway, now you got to think of who's coming in after Landon. I mean, because Landon's about at the end of the road.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes now to Karsten Huggins.
Still a lot of baseball. Still 9 more outs.
Karsten,
the Tigers have to get
1 for 2 this game. His last at bat had an RBI single to right center. The 0-2 called strike on the outside corner.
Damage is done.
That will end the top of the 5th, but a lot of damage by the Conway Tigers. They led 2-0 coming in. They played 3 runs on 2 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. That's all they had is 2 hits.
That sounded like a Bob Euchre.
Yeah,
isn't getting ready to come out.
And we're sitting here counting because I thought there were 3, and I'm like, 2?
You can't say that on the air.
There were 2.
You can't say that on the air. Nobody's listening
anyway. Well, we know somebody's listening because they were texting.
And
we've moved the computer, and it's still getting wet. We're going to go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 5-0 Conway over North Myrtle Beach as rain falls here at the Hank Hester Sports Complex. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th on the Chiefs Sports Network. The Chiefs Sports Network is only... For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 Spring Sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. And we're back on the Chiefs Sports Network, and right there is why we had him, folks. Oh, there he is, Mr. Ashley Smith, voice of the Conway Tigers, and he was busy fixing part of our problem. We're going to move the camera a little bit, folks, and you're going to get a little bit, unfortunately. Of course, you're not seeing it right now because you're still seeing our sponsors. Yep, first pitch swinging for the Chiefs, leading off here in the bottom of the 5th inning was Connor Helmecki. Quick fly ball.
That's going to help Landon.
I was going to say, I was looking just to make sure, but that is Landon Barker still on the field. Oh, yep, you're right. Nope.
You can't
See,
mute me. You can't mute me.
Well, I didn't turn it up because I turned the camera on you, and I didn't want you turning around yelling at me.
Pitch 70 for Landon Barker. And the rain. I wonder how that's affecting these players out here. Quick outs are always good.
Zoom in a little bit, folks. We'll see if we can get rid of the wood, but still at least give you the... Can't give you all the infield, though, so we're just gonna have to look at that little piece of wood there at the bottom here on the deck out here in left field at the Hank Hester Sports Complex. After a quick first pitch out here in the first, top of the order ace aboard, and Barker is behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes.
And this is
and
where
a 4-pitch walk.
North Myrtle Beach was in the rain. I wonder how much is affecting Landon right now. And it's pretty steady rain right now. I don't know what their procedure is.
Yeah, not a real hard rain, but it is coming down pretty steady, and you get a 15-20 minutes of this on the field, on the infield there. It'll start getting a little sloppy.
Well, and then gripping the baseball too is kind of tough.
Chiefs, 1 out, ace aboard. On at first, Sawyer Smith. Started out at short, now the pitcher steps in. He's 1 for 2, singled back in the first, but then was caught stealing and then flew out to right field in the third.
That is, I think,
4 or 5 straight pitches.
Straight, yeah.
5 straight balls thrown by Landon Barker.
Barker's, I mean, this is a phenomenal performance so far this rainy day in North Myrtle Beach.
Conway does have someone in the pen warming up, trying to find out who it is around the umbrellas. Only thing that I can see is it's a left-hander, and the coaching staff for Conway.
Ben Beach coming out there.
After the 6th consecutive ball by Barker.
That's the one thing I'll say about the staff. They got Ben Beach, of course. Ryan Brown brings a wealth of knowledge. Like 14 for the Tigers is warming up.
It is 14. That's Aiden Zalanka, a junior left-handed pitcher. Not only is he a left-handed pitcher, appears to be a little bit of a submarine left-handed pitcher. Dropping down.
A little different. But going back to the coaching staff at Conway, and with Ryan Brown, you got Jason Gore, Timmy Whitaker, Billy Sylvester, who played in the majors with Atlanta. You just got guys with a wealth of knowledge that these young kids can buy into. And we were talking about Zach Beach over there as part of the hitting coach. And imagine him hitting home runs in Conway. And those kids, he could do it. So they know, if you work hard, you can do it. So just happy with the coaching staff in baseball. And then you got an athletic director that used to be the baseball coach. So you can't beat that.
2-0 pitch coming to Sawyer Smith, and this one all-speed pitch on the inside corner, 2-1. Not sure if you're still watching, but say hello to Lucas Ray. Lucas, the manager of the Fort Wayne single-A team for the San Diego Padres, former Chief. Then he went on to transfer to Myrtle Beach, where he became a trader and graduated as a Seahawk.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
But his text, and this was about...
He's not really a Seahawk, though, right?
No, he wears Chief stuff, and I'm sure he's not watching because his text came in about 45 minutes ago. But he said pregame BP in South Bend, and he's got Gundrick. I was wondering what in the world he's doing as he's locked in on the Chiefs.
2 straight walks.
Back-to-back walks.
Locked in on the Chiefs.
On 9 pitches.
So you got somebody from England, somebody from Indiana.
And a bunch of people from Conway.
A bunch of people from Conway right now. And this is going to be it for Landon. But, man, what a performance. Landon Barker, 78 pitches. Just mowing them down. But you got Oxendine up now, and he could turn this thing around in one swing.
Yeah, great job by Landon. You look through the first 3 innings, he went basically 3 up, 3 down. He allowed a hit, but then the caught stealing in the first. Then he did go a true 3 up, 3 down in the second. He allowed a leadoff single and a walk, but left 2 runners stranded in the third. The fourth got into a lot of trouble loading the bases, but then with the bases loaded, 1 out, struck out the next 2 batters to get out of that. Gets the first out here in the bottom of the 5th, but then back-to-back walks. So taking a look at Barker, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits. Of course, the no runs as of now. The runners on first and second are his responsibility. Has 4 walks, 2 of those this inning, and 3 strikeouts. Coming on to pitch will be junior left-hander Aiden Zalanka. Zalanka was making his 9th appearance, all in relief. He has 1 save on the year, 5.25 ERA. He's pitched 10 and 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those earned, 11 walks, and struck out 9.
This is going to be an interesting pitcher-hitter matchup. You got the free-swinging Oxendine, a right-hander, and you got Conway's pitcher that's going to throw left-handed from the side. So CJ's going to see that ball for a long time. So this is going to be an interesting at-bat.
Well, and how many times have we seen it through the years, especially more at the college level, I think. But you bring in that, especially a lefty submarine-style pitcher, that ball is coming at you from one, if you're to the positive for the pitcher, it's coming at you from a weird angle that you're not used to seeing. But as you were saying, especially for a right-handed batter, it's coming in already low, so it's usually probably pretty much around the release point, unless you're coming up, unless you're not controlling the ball and you're throwing high. And so it gives you a lot of time to look at it and watch the ball coming in.
Well, what CJ has to do is, kind of maybe take a step back, just kind of a half a second, because it's not coming. That ball's looking maybe 70 miles an hour. It's not nothing huge, almost like a Bob Wakefield. Just kind of
keep the weight back.
You got to stay back, and you're strong enough to where you could use your hands and just hit a fly ball and this thing can go. But don't try to do too much.
CJ Oxendine will step in. He is 0 for 1 this game. Popped up to the second baseman back in the first inning and then walked, but was stranded at third in the 4th inning.
You see, if you're North Myrtle Beach, this is who you want up right here.
Big swing and a miss. You were talking, he was way out in front of it.
Way out in front, and I just got to take a step back, and because he's swinging to try to hit a 500-foot home run. You only got to hit a 350-foot home run. You ain't got to do too much with it. And you got Lozinski. He's in a tough spot right here.
Zalanka, the 0-1 pitch, fouled off straight back.
2 quick strikes.
Way ahead, though. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes to C.J. Oxendine.
And you can tell by the way Oxendine's standing right there that he's frustrated with himself here.
Big pitch. 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Chiefs. Trailing 5-0. Got to get something going here with this part of the order coming up. Ace aboard way off second base, but Neff not going to take a chance there with a 5-0 lead.
Because if he'd have threw that in second, then
he'd have taken off.
Easy. And that was just a non-competitive pitch by Zalanka. He's got to, that's just, you can just throw that one away. You got to get it close to make him swing.
1-2 pitch. Low and away. 2-2 the count now.
First 2 pitches, the last 2, the first 2 were good. The last 2 is like he's trying to be too cute. Like, let's just, give him something to hit.
Well, I think that second one there a lot closer than the first. I think he's just trying to entice CJ. CJ does not swing at many bad pitches. Not saying he hits all the good ones, but he doesn't swing at many bad ones. And this one's going to be put into play right here in front of us. And coming around third and in to score. That will knock the 0 off the board is Ace aboard.
That may be all North Myrtle Beach needs right there.
C.J. Oxendine keeps his weight back, laces a 1-2 pitch single RBI into left field. Moving over to second is Sawyer Smith. And again, coming around to score from second is Ace aboard. Chiefs have trimmed this lead to 4 now at 5-1.
Well, and that's the sign of an unselfish hitter, too. What C.J. Oxendine did right there. He two strikes. I would like to get a home run, but right now I can't strike out. I got to put it in play. Doesn't have to look pretty, but a base hit there. Now you got something working with no outs first and second, and you got the back end of the Tiger bullpen.
Big Brown Reeves will step in. The Chiefs first baseman 0 for 2 this game. Brown came in batting .353, 3 doubles, a home run, 26 RBI.
A lot of baseball to play.
Brown Reeves squares the bunt. First baseman comes way in.
Oh, he might have him picked. Missed it. Missed the ball.
And, I wasn't even watching. I was watching so much at home plate because I honestly think Brown Reeves was squaring the bunt and going to pull the bat back or
That's
something.
what it looked like. The way his
the
feet
first
were set.
baseman was so far up, and then down at second base, Sawyer Smith was way off. By the time they threw to second and then back to third, Sawyer Smith in with the stolen base.
Tigers panicked a little bit there. Good throw had him. Had plenty of time.
CJ moved from first to second, so now 2 runners in scoring position. All-speed pitch drops down low inside.
And I was thinking if he was squaring the bunt, I'd take the out for whatever you want to do. I'll take
100%.
that. Because you only need 7 more. 8 more outs.
One-0 pitch from Zelanka. This one low and outside, 2-0.
Yeah, if you're a Tiger fan right now, you're on edge. You're sitting pretty 5-0. Even though it's still 5-1, you're on edge right now. And if you're a Chief fan, this is like, okay, this is the inning. We've been breaking down the dam for 4 innings.
Yeah, we keep chipping at. We finally got some. We knocked some holes in that stone blocking us back in the 4th inning, and that called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Brown Reeves. Chiefs finally get rid of the 0 and now work on the rest of it.
A base hit right here. I believe it scored 2. With the way the ground's wet, I'd at least test them. If I'm a third base coach, the way the ground's wet and moist,
and
you take off.
We saw Neff speed as a catcher and C.J. Oxendine a lot of speed as well.
That's a good
Out
pitch.
at second base. That was a very nice pitch. Off speed on the inside corner. Evens a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Zelanka. The 2-2. Hard smash down the third base side, foul.
It's almost like facing a knuckleballer, like Phil Necro or somebody. He's not going to throw it by you, and can probably make you look silly. But if he hangs one, then that's where it gets to be a problem.
It's all about you. You said it earlier. I think it was right. It's all about the discipline when you've got someone pitching the way Zelanka's pitching.
Now, left-hander would be tough to hit him, I believe.
Right.
It'd be
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. Because that ball would be coming from behind you, breaking across the strike zone. This pitch outside, full count now to the senior first baseman for the Chiefs.
And I don't know what the options are that the Tigers have after Zelanka.
The 3-2.
Got him.
And this one called strike, breaks across the inside corner. Huge strikeout
Yeah, that was
for
huge.
Aiden Zelanka.
Because that ball hung in the air for a long time. And I don't think the Chiefs thought he could throw a strike. I think they were just counting on him going to walk him. Big out for the Tigers. If they get out of this with just 1 run, and that's really starting to come down, man. They may have to stop this game for a little bit.
Got a pinch hitter coming up. I was getting ready to say we're going to see how a left-hander hits against Zelanka, but they're going to take Gabe Priest out.
Is it Reeves?
Actually, I take that back. Where am I? That's okay. So it's Nate O'Connor coming in. So
How's he been doing this year?
Nate O'Connor, who came in playing third base. Playing shortstop. Last inning, he's batting just 182, 4 runs scored, 5 RBI. It's just the 15th game that he's played in this year.
I know Zalanka and Neff are trying to get a dry baseball. And that could be challenging.
And I'll definitely have to check some of the defensive positions when the Chiefs came back out. I was not sure where they would put or what they did with where they put Connor in the lineup. But Nate came in playing short. Of course, the shortstop went to pitcher. Thought maybe they just would have put him in maybe at the DH spot, but that has not happened as he has gone into Gabe Priest's spot, who was playing right field.
That's why I love high school baseball, because you got your shortstop pitching, everybody plays every
exactly.
position.
Yep. 2-1 count. This pitch outside. Ooh. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Can't beg. Conway faithful begging for a pitch, and they're down the first base line, and they have no idea. They make it say up or down. They can't do left or right.
we do that all the time sitting over at Coastal games, and we're sitting off to the side. We can't tell in or out, but we're sure calling every pitch. 3-1 pitch coming from Zalanka.
Oh, that was a ball. That got him.
So heading down to first base is Nate O'Connor.
This the pressure that's on the Tigers right now that North Myrtle Beach is putting on them.
That's going to bring up third baseman Peyton Gallup.
Gallup can tie this game up.
Bases loaded. Gallup 1 for 2 this game. Grounded out to third and then had a bunt single to third.
Yeah, starting to tighten up a little bit. Playoff baseball.
Yeah, you got Conway's catcher, Neff, going out, talking to his pitcher. The umpire getting some dry baseballs.
What do you think that conversation was? Hey, man, it's raining. You can throw some strikes.
Yes, throw some strikes.
Get us out of here.
That Chick-fil-A I ate in the pregame is about gone.
Good pitch. There you go.
Whatever it did, it worked. Strike 1 called.
Between that and the 3-0 pitch, when a coach or a catcher comes out, use that next pitch as groovable. Second inning in a row, the base has been loaded for the Chiefs.
Conway got out of it the last inning with nothing hurt. Trying to do the same thing here. There, Gallup squared to bunt, pulls the bat back. It's outside, evens a count at a ball and a strike.
2 outs, bases loaded. That was, but again, once that ball hits that grass, it's going to be slippery. So
oh yeah, and Gallup's got a lot of speed. Probably the best bunter on the team. That pitch low outside. 2-1 now the count. I have seen games this year when the Chiefs were not hitting early in the season. We couldn't hit our way out of a paper bag. And BA had everybody on the team bunting. Every player up there.
Some Gary Gilmore stuff there.
Well, if we can't hit, we're going to put pressure on you to make the play. And won a couple of games that way.
Yeah, I like the way the batter backed off a little bit. Just the same thing. Sit out in the rain a little bit. Did it again. I don't know if you do it twice, but or 3 times. They're dancing up there. I got a David Bennett reference in my head. You got to fix your bands.
Yeah. Got to look in the mirror.
Mel said, there's dog out back.
Well, what was it when we used to have, as people step out that much, you say it's a human rain delay, and we don't really need a human rain delay at this point.
Ooh.
And that pitch
3-1.
Comes in low. 3 balls, 1 strike now the count.
I take this. Zalanka's going to have to throw me a strike. Zalanka's got to be tough right here.
Rain comes down a little harder. Now, you were the guy saying at 3-0, you were swinging.
Bases loaded in this situation, I'm probably going to, in the way that he's hit a guy. Oh, well, there it is.
Or he yanks it down the left field line. That ball is going to be foul. Full count now for the Chiefs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Start the merry-go-round because on the pitch, everybody will be in motion.
Well, you know I'm a walking contradiction, so I'm just, I used to be a politician, so I talk out of both sides.
That's
big pitch in the game here.
yeah. This is huger than the huger pitch from before. Fouled straight back.
Sitting on it. It's hard to wait for it, especially when you're anxious, thinking you can, especially you yank one foul like you did. It's a half a millisecond later. Bam.
Oh, yeah.
You get hit off this tent.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs. Zalanka looking for the perfect pitch. Peyton Gallup looking for the hit. And Zalanka steps off the mound.
Did he step off? He did step back. Okay.
Yeah, he stepped backwards and had C.J. Oxendine off at second base. Nobody sneaking in behind him.
You can't worry about that guy second.
It's really a smart move by Zalanka because all the runners are going to be in motion. They are. Ball's hit deep into left center, but over to make the catch is left fielder Hunter Dawes.
McCracken's fired up for Dawes, and that a huge out. The ball coming off the bat right there looked like it was coming to us, and it just kind of died in the rain. 1 run out of all that.
Bases loaded for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, and a fly ball out.
How many
gets them out of the inning?
They left on base the last 2 innings. Have been 6.
Well, yep, six the last 2 innings. 2 the inning before that. 8 runners left on base, and all of those in the last 3 by the Chiefs.
Conway's winning this game by smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors is all this is.
Hey, it's all about, hitting it where they ain't, dink and dunk, and then when the chance comes to you, make the play, and they've been able to do that. I mean, they haven't pitched real well the last 2 innings. There's been a few walks that have gotten them into trouble, but then when needed, pitchers bow their back and get them back out of it.
I mean, Zalanka came in there with 1 out. There was no outs. First and second, he had the bases loaded and only gave up 1 run. I mean, that's a strong performance. I mean, Zalanka came in and shut it down.
Very strong performance in relief.
I mean, you don't
2
ever
innings
want
to go here in this one in 5-1. Conway Tigers.
Oh, well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but
no.
But you never want to give up a run if you're Conway or North Myrtle Beach. But if you would have told me that situation when it was bases loaded and the Tigers would give up 1 run, you're crazy. There's no way. It's getting ready to open up.
Yeah, and honestly, the same thing. I've watched North Myrtle play enough this year to know, or at least feel, that when that tide starts to change, just like the last inning, we had bases loaded. You get Caden Lank coming up the bat, top freshman in the state, been hitting really well, hitting almost 330 on the season. He comes up, Gabe Kuznick comes up, strikeout to end it. Then you come up in that situation, you get the bases loaded, and you got Peyton Gallup up, who's 1 for 2, has hit over 500 the last 5 games of the regular season, and gets him to fly out to left. Excellent job by Landon Barker in the 4th inning, and then ending up there as Zalanka in the 5th. And as we head to the 6th, the 9-hole hitter, second baseman, Zion Noel. Warming up for Conway. Over in their bullpens, Bryson Gerald, junior right-handed pitcher.
And Gerald's the guy, he brings the toughness. He's a football guy. He's H-back for the football team. And, we talk about players, he's the guy that can will it out.
Slow roller on the right side, and great play by sophomore third baseman Peyton Gallup. Comes up, makes the play on the run, throws across his body.
Made that look easy.
That's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Back to the top of the batting order. Will Neff steps in. He is 1 for 3 this game. Lined out to first, lined out to short in his first 2 plate appearances, and then got the single to the shortstop. That was a diving play by then shortstop Sawyer Smith, who's now pitching. Sawyer got up, though, and could not beat Neff's speed down to first.
You got a high school baseball game here. Rained in, only 2 errors by both teams committed. I mean, that's quality baseball.
The 2-0 pitch from Smith again on the right side. Again
Just the Hoover.
is third baseman Peyton Gallup.
That play brought to you by Hoover Vacuums. My man is just all over the place. And as a pitcher, you love a guy like that. You love somebody that's going to make a play.
Peyton Gallup, 2 up, 2 down, ground outs over at third base. And Hunter Dawes will step in. 1 for 2 this game. Singled, scored the first run of the game back in the first inning. Grounded out to short in the third, struck out in the fifth. First pitch here, strike 1.
Yeah, good core group for Conway. That Hunter Dawes and those guys played together. Of course, all those kids play together, but you know, a lot of people don't transfer to Conway. So we play together since 5.
Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes now the count to Dawes. You know, even while the Chiefs loaded the bases in the 4th and Conway was able to get out of it, it was probably even more impressive when the Chiefs loaded them up in the 5th, because they loaded them up with the middle of the order coming through. And to get out of that with just the 1 run was huge. And the Chiefs will be sending up 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up, looking ahead to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hey, you want oxidine that crowd up with not a chance to beat you.
Yeah.
Up 3 or 4.
Bring them up with nobody on if they get one out. Although the Chiefs not really a home run hitting team, but those are the guys obviously with the power. 2-2 pitch is fouled off by Dawes.
This rain's affecting these players, because it's coming down pretty good now.
It's affecting me.
It's affecting me.
The sun's gone away and
I'm soft.
it's still breezy and it's cold.
I'm brought to you by Dairy Queen. I'm soft served. I don't like the conditions.
2-2 pitch again fouled off from Dawes, making Sawyer Smith work on the mound.
But what a great thing to do, this high school baseball, to have it on TV so North Myrtle Beach and Conway can enjoy it. You know, you want them to come to the games. I mean, 100%. I mean, we're behind the booster clubs 100% wanting them to come to the games, but this right here is an avenue that a lot of players don't have. I mean, they don't have this. And it'd be fun to watch it, you know, tonight. Whoever wins, whatever.
Yeah.
If you lose, you ain't watching it, I'm sure. Or you can come back and critique us.
I'm not going to go back and watch it.
I
never go back and watch myself.
I
can't stand to hear myself talk.
Especially when I know I messed up. I'm like,
oh yeah. Well, the bad thing is that a lot of times we don't know when we mess up because we talk so much that we can't really tell you everything. Somebody will say, "Oh, remember when you said?" Nope. Because it's like, you know, on to the next play. Well, and then if I do go back and listen to it, I'm like, man, what a dummy. Why'd you say that?
Got to fake it till you make it.
3-2 pitch there. We said that Dawes was fouling him off and battling, and he battles to a walk. 2-out walk given up by Sawyer Smith. Runner on first base now. Corbin Todd, shortstop, checks in. He's 1 for 3.
The last 4 or 5 batters for the Tigers have been late on the fastball here by Smith. Got people in Bourbon Street listening.
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street. Hey.
Hey, we might be sounding good down there.
We probably sound real good down there.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Corbin Todd. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count.
He said we were at the bottom of the 5th for a long time. And I bet they were at the bottom of the 5th for a long time.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
For at least 3 or 4 3 or 4 shots at the bottom of the 5th.
There you go.
1-2 pitch from Sawyer Smith, swung on, ace aboard at second base.
Smooth.
Backhand flip over to Nate O'Connor at third for out number 3.
Got a Blake Barthol-ish type player right there. Plays for Coastal Carolina, second baseman.
That'll do it for the Tigers. In the top of the 6th, no runs, no hit, no errors, 1 left. Conway holding on to that 5-1 advantage. We're going to take a quick listen to our sponsors of all of our spring sports coverage here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 spring sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Chiefs are going to do something. They've got to do it quick. 5-1. 6 outs away is Conway from upsetting the number one seed in the lower state.
All Zelanka has to do is throw strikes here. Like we say, the walks will be the ones that will kill him. He's got to throw strikes. I think you're right. That week off, I think they're still kind of, North Myrtle Beach is sleepwalking a little bit. And it's time to wake up. My dad would call it a come to Jesus meeting in the dugout. So he'd say, hey, listen, you're getting beat by Conway. Just saying. I mean, I'm not, no disrespect, nothing like that. But we're number one team in this whole district. You need to play like it next 2 outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to lead off hitter for the Chiefs. Caden Lank takes this pitch down low, evens the count at 2-2. We were talking about going back and watching games, and for 18 years, Eric Weiss, I've talked about him being our quality control guy. Well, I was doing a lacrosse game. I think it was lacrosse. It was either lacrosse or soccer. And before I finish that story on the 2-2 pitch, Lank swings, hits it to shortstop Corbin Todd, who picks it up, makes the throw across the infield for out number 1.
Todd looks smooth right there. That's what the Tigers need. That's what Zelanka needs, is ground balls. No walks.
Porter Anglin.
When you said you were
pinch hit for Gabe Kuznick.
You were doing lacrosse. I was like, he has jumped the shark. Yeah, that's Fonzie over there.
Tell you, what's even the fun thing about doing lacrosse is that I had no clue what I was talking about. But I've come to find out that most people that are watching lacrosse, even if they're watching it because they, obviously know somebody, they don't know anything about it either. So
it's like soccer. Kick it. Don't use your hands. Kick it.
Yeah, kick it.
Yeah.
I sat down for about 10 minutes with Coach Lytle and went through, and he kind of gave me some pointers. And here's what you call this. Here's what you call. I did not know, had no clue what I was doing. Called the game, and nobody complained because nobody knew. Oh, that's right. Okay, so he just reminded me. It was boys soccer against Waccamaw, of which soccer I know a lot about because I traveled with college soccer for about 9 years. So know all about the old English football.
Well, this is what Zelanka did not want to do, is get behind.
3-0 pitch called strike. 3-1 now against Porter Anglin. Anglin just a sophomore. Batting 171. This pitch called, I thought, strike on the outside corner, but
the umpire likes
outside
to do
for a ball.
He puts his arm out, but it's like he's saying it's out. It's out. I thought the rain was done, but it's starting to come back again.
Anglin draws the 1-out walk.
North Myrtle Beach wasn't out there that long. They got some quick outs, so.
That brings up center fielder Connor Helmecki 0 for 2.
I'd be surprised if he bunts.
First pitch called strike. Well, it's kind of, you're almost in one of those situations where you can't give up the out.
That's right.
You've almost got to swing away. You've got to get some things going.
I'm thinking some speed with the next two batters. And I keep talking about the turf. It's going to be wet and slippery. It's a tough play. It's another good pitch.
That
Got
pitch
ahead.
called strike. No balls, 2 strikes now the count. But anyway, Eric came and did that game with me. And that is the first time in 18 years that he stepped from behind his couch or recliner, whatever he's normally watching from, and texting everything that I'm doing wrong. And on the 0-2 pitch, Helmecki gets hit, and that's going to put runners on first and second.
That might be it for Zelenka.
For the Chiefs, and we'll bring up the top of the batting order. Ace aboard. Conway coaching staff coming out, and we will see if changes are made. But anyway, he said that he didn't watch that game that we did for about a week, and he hated how he sounded.
Everybody says that.
I can't stand how I sound.
So Coach Beach out there is probably just trying to calm his pitcher down. I mean, Zelenka's done so good, in the innings that he's pitched, but it seems like he does better when he has some runners on base, when it's pressure situation. But that's going to be it for him. But what a job by Zelenka, and the Conway faithful should appreciate the job he did.
Excellent job by Zelenka coming in that last inning and getting the Tigers out of the bases loaded jam.
It's like Bryson Gerald coming in to throw strikes. And again, I like this move. I think Bryson brings some toughness to the mound. He's going to be able to, the situation's not going to be too big for him. I always say once you play football, the stage, basketball, baseball, whatever, is not as big as football.
Well, if you're a Chiefs fan and look at the stats, you're going to like what you see as far as Bryson Gerald. This is his 4th appearance on the season, has a 15.75 ERA, 2 2/3 innings pitched. He has walked 11, struck out 4.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Well, the thing is there, though, I mean, what that tells you is you've got to come in and make sure that, you're disciplined enough not to help him out. Don't swing at bad pitches.
Anthony Carroll used to have this. You got to throw a strike. You don't have to show me you can throw a strike. After that, you're wide open.
Well, there's one thing that we've played a whole season, so statistics don't mean much because statistically Conway shouldn't have had a chance in this game.
I told you it's 5 runs.
So it's a 5-1 game. You're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it all comes around to this. We were just talking about this at a Coastal game Friday night or Thursday night. Coastal's playing team in the bottom of the conference, and you're a little punch drunk after coming off a big win over Clemson in front of 5,300 people, and all of a sudden you find yourself down 6-0 to one of the worst teams in the Sun Belt.
You blink, you're like, what just happened?
Now they were able to fight their way and come back, but it's kind of one of those things. It doesn't matter who you're playing; you've got to show up and play every game. And the Chiefs in this game, it's not that the Chiefs just haven't shown up. Yeah. Conway has been good enough getting the ball in the right places, hitting it to the right spots.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And Bryce got to come in and throw some strikes. And, the rain right now is not conducive for him. But all I can say is that, he's a bulldog out there. He's going to have to, he hadn't thrown too many strikes in warm-ups, but that don't matter. He's getting loose.
Home plate umpire now walking out.
He's warmed up for a long time.
He's talking to the base, one of the base umpires.
I bet you my man Billy Sylvester is he better take his medicine today, because he's walking around that room watching this game on North Myrtle Beach.
Has he got network? He said that picture. Has he got carpet in the living room?
He won't buy into this.
I was going to say, because he's don't warn a hole in the carpet. Yeah, not sure. They're got a rake over here. Coach Alderson coming out. Might be an issue out at the mound, maybe with the
if I'm
some
Conway,
of the dirt on the mound sticking to the cleats.
I'll send my team into the dugout while all this is going on and let them stretch and get out of the rain.
Might be bringing some
turfus,
stay dry turfus out.
Some cat meow,
or not. They're They were yelling at the trainer, so trainer just handed athletic director Tony Heilbronn something, and he's running out. So they're going to do a little bit of work on the mound. We can even zoom in and let you watch them while they work. It's been hasn't rained excessively hard, but it has been steady now for a good hour. Yeah, we're in the middle of a bunch of mess.
Yep. No, it's getting ready to leave, but it's a matter of what time that says it's going to leave.
Does it say it's going to warm up to about 80?
No, it doesn't say that.
This southern boy's chilly out here.
This is the whole week through Thursday. 95% tomorrow, 90% Monday. You're right. You need to get Jason Cox to build some domes in Horry County. Speaking of Jason Cox, what he's done as the athletic director for the county, I mean, it's amazing. He's a Conway guy, but, I mean, he's done it for the whole county. I mean, the turf fields. I think baseball is going to get turf fields next year. And just trying to catch up with all the, upstate, the Columbia area.
You mean all the schools that get everything?
Yes. And he's fought for it, and he's got it. And I respect him for what he's done for the kids here in Horry County.
Well, and it's one of those things like, I know there's still the ongoing argument, and there always will be turf versus grass and everything else. But when you look at fields and the upkeep of the fields and the wear and tear versus us being able to hold multiple practices a day on the main field over at football. Mm-hmm. I mean, the football during the spring, football's out once spring practice started, they're out there at 6:30 a.m. But then you've got boys and girls lacrosse, boys and girls soccer after school, all practicing on that field. That did not happen when it was real grass because you had to play on that field. Yeah, and if you practiced on it, you weren't playing on it because it'd be just a big dirt pile. And
I love a grass field. Like you look at this right here, and your head coach, your guys who do this field, it's amazing. They got the circles, and you can't do that with turf. Turf is just – it's good. It's turf. I mean, and like even at Wake Forest, they got turf infield, and it's just doesn't look like a baseball field. It looks like something in the 23rd century. You just need something, like this. I do like turf for some things, but it's so expensive, and every 10 years you have to replace it. So it's $1 million now. So in 10 years, you're never going to recoup that.
Right.
So that's my argument as a recreation professional. They're trying to get it in Conway, and I'm like, well, I'd rather have really good grass. So give me money to give me good grass, and then we'll be fine. So.
Yeah, no, but it's the same thing. I mean, I know there were between the savings. You get some savings as fertilizer and your time to cut and everything else. I don't know where the cost effectiveness comes in, but the amount of usage that you can get out of the fields is the big thing.
Yeah, exactly, because then when it rains, you got probably 10 minutes you play. And for that travel ball stuff, that's huge because you rain out, you got to give money back.
Oh, yeah.
They want their money. I've learned that about travel ball people. They want their money.
They want their money, and when they pay it, they want to get their money's worth.
Yes.
Go ahead. Oh, here I am turning you down.
Coach Sylvester, you're live on the air here at the North Myrtle Beach Radio Network. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay right now.
How's your? We want to know how your den's doing. Are you walking around pacing a little bit?
Well, I got ruts through the whole den, living room, kitchen. I've just been walking round and round and round.
So
how's the heart rate?
Yeah, how's the heart rate? Wayne wanted to know.
My wife wanted me to check my heart rate, but I refused to do so because it probably make me turn the game off.
Hey, real quick, talk about the job that Barker did tonight.
Barker's done that most of the year, man. He just goes out there and, he throws to this corner, throws to that corner, gets the breaking ball over, and his changeup's been good. He's been tough for us, and he keeps us in the game, and that's all we ask for, especially out of a 10th grader who hadn't pitched at all.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. Getting ready to start back action here. It's raining, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, go Tigers.
Easy. Can't say go Tigers, Coach.
I'll tell you what, Conway head coach Billy Sylvester, you talk about, now that's us taking advantage of him getting tossed.
This is like wrestling. This is NWO. We're like taking over the network.
Isaiah's taking advantage of him getting tossed. The team took advantage of him getting tossed because he gets tossed for a reason, and that's to fire his team up, and they come back and win. Now they're wanting to win it because he's sitting at home, and they're up 5-1.
Yeah, he's first class. He motivates these kids, and there's a reason why they're in this game in North Myrtle Beach. And Bryson Gerald, first pitch strike, that's huge for him.
Bryson Gerald pitching, runners on first and second for the Chiefs. Ace aboard at the plate with one out. Squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, evens a count at a ball and a strike.
I don't think he was going to bunt there. I think he's just trying to get in Bryson's head.
Yeah, let me just stick this out there and see what happens.
And that was an off-speed pitch. I'd just go right at him and throw strikes and just see how far he can hit it.
Sorry, folks. Still had you kind of zoomed in there on where they were working on the pitching mound. We'll back it up so you can see the entirety of the infield.
Well, this is the danger zone here. You got a leadoff batter for North Myrtle Beach, and this is if North Myrtle Beach is going to do it, this is the inning to do it. He did put it down.
1-1 puts it down right back to the
free out. I think I take that if I'm Conway.
Right back to the mound, and I like what Gerald did. He didn't, because it came right back to him. He probably had a play at third. Don't worry about the lead runner.
Get him out.
You're up 4 runs. Get the out. Now you've got 2 outs, runners on second, third. Sawyer Smith at the plate. C.J. Oxendine on deck.
Yeah, you need to get out of this one right here. You don't want Oxendine to come up with the bases loaded and a chance to tie this game. Yeah, great job by Gerald keeping his composure and getting outs. So 4 outs away the Tigers are.
Sawyer Smith 1 for 2. Single back in the first. He also walked in the 5th.
Yeah, Bryson doesn't need to do too much here. Again, you got the big beast on deck. Tigers would love to have him come up next inning, and the Chiefs would love to have him come up this inning.
1-0 pitch, called strike, evens a count at a ball and a strike. Pitch kind of up in the zone a little bit, not where you want to miss if you're Bryson Gerald and the Conway Tigers.
Yeah, you got to keep that ball down a little bit. But I think right now we're just trying to throw strikes. It doesn't matter where it goes.
Yeah. Yep, no free passes. Make the Chiefs work for it. 1-1 pitch, low and away.
Yeah, Bryson's got to make an adjustment there. He's missed a couple times down and away. He's got to move it a little bit on the rubber, aim a little bit more to the right. It sounds simple, but that's basically what you have to do.
Sawyer Smith took a step, called strike at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, 2 outs. I don't feel bad. We're not the only ones that are cold because the left fielder, he's over here blowing in his hands. He's got his arms crossed. Two pitch coming from Bryson Gerald. Swung on, fouled off on the first base side.
Yeah, Dawes looks like he needs to put a sweatshirt on.
Another 2-2 pitch. And again, fouled off on the right side, giving chase, but it's going to be outside the fence.
And you look back, and that right there is like, if that would have stayed in, now he's got another chance.
Yep.
To make something happen.
Live to play another pitch.
Because if you're North Myrtle Beach, the more pitches you get out of Hunter, the better off you are. I mean, statistically saying, the more he's got to throw, the better off you're going to be. So free outs are good. Like that bunt was really huge.
Another 2-2 pitch coming from Bryson Gerald. Sawyer Smith looking to make something happen here for the Chiefs. That pitch is outside, full count now, 3-2.
Conway wanted that one, but again, Will Neff had to reach for it. he didn't frame it very well if it was a strike. That's all I can say about that. It looked like it was outside from way back here.
Yeah, if you don't frame something that's close, you're usually going to lose the 3-2. Had barely fouled that one off. Sawyer Smith.
It might have got Neff. Might have got an umpire.
Might have gotten the umpire. Well, umpire's going to come over. I think it got the catcher, and umpire's just going to take a little break to let Neff.
But with fouling that off, now Gerald's got to throw a strike here. And, you keep fouling off. Eventually, you're going to get one outside.
Well, here at North Myrtle Beach, we're still playing North Myrtle Beach and Conway. Over in Conway, the game has been called between Coastal Carolina and ULM, and the Shants win 4-0 in 5 innings to sweep that series.
Dang. Coastal may never lose again. Oh,
Ooh,
God, no.
Somebody
killed somebody. Somebody's down in the dugout. Wow.
Well, I think the ball hit the wall.
It hit the wall, but somebody went down quick.
Yeah, there were people diving everywhere. That ball rocketed into the Chiefs' dugout.
They're cheering.
And everybody's up and clapping,
wow,
so that's scary. A good sign.
That was scary there.
That was very scary.
And, again, little things fire teams up. I'm just remember that if something happens. But, wow, that ball is another foul ball. And Oxendine looming.
Another 3-2 pitch. Off speed, and this one's outside. Ball 4 loads the bases for C.J. Oxendine.
And as I was saying, the more pitches that North Myrtle Beach sees, now one swing away, and all that work Conway's done will be for naught. But one good pitch.
Give one more little quick Coastal Carolina update, mostly because I'm a Coastal Carolina guy. JMU and Coastal Carolina playing in the softball Sunbelt Championship
Give some
game.
Good news.
JMU's the number 9 seed. Coastal's the 7 seed. JMU leading that one 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. C.J. Oxendine steps in with the bases loaded, takes his first pitch for a ball from Bryson Gerald.
Not the worst thing in the world to walk in. I mean,
don't want to walk in. You don't want to give up runs, but giving up 1 versus giving up a possibility of 4. Woo! Buzzes the tower there. 2 balls, no strikes. CJ stepped in to the pitch. The ball was coming at his head, able to get back out of the way. And I like this. You were talking about, I mean, most catchers are your leaders, but Neff comes out to talk to Bryson Gerald, just kind of settling down a little bit, reset. You still got 2 outs. No matter the bases are loaded, you just got to get 1 out. Just focus on this batter.
And the catcher sees everything. He's a quarterback out there. And sometimes he's got to be a psychologist, too.
Oh, yeah. 2-0 pitch coming to C.J. Oxendine.
Good pitch there.
Pitch on the inside corner. Oxendine kind of backed up out of the way, but
he's saying something to the umpire.
Oh, he has no problems opening his mouth. That's what got him a 4-game suspension near the end of the season.
Yeah, that'll get him in college if he doesn't calm that down.
2-1, again high and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, you've known CJ's dad for quite a while. Chad Oxendine, and apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
No, it does not. Great human being, but on a dime.
Chad Oxendine, the associate head coach over at Coastal Carolina University. 3-1 pitch.
Oh, a high fly ball.
And that one is skied into center field, and that is going to be collected.
Wow.
By the center fielder, Jake McCracken.
Hunter, I tell you what.
And for the 3rd consecutive inning,
Bryson Gerald comes in, walks a guy, but gets the big out. And that's all you want there. You want the out. And there's been something being said. I don't know if maybe Oxendine said something to the coaching staff or somebody, and get a little heated a little bit, but it's frustration.
Well, it is frustration when you've had the season that North Myrtle Beach has had, and all of a sudden you find yourself down 5-1, You know, and he knows he just came up with the bases loaded there and didn't get the job done.
3 straight innings, Wayne. 3 straight innings, bases loaded. The Tigers get out of it.
Yep, three times the Chiefs have loaded the bases and have scored 1 run.
Well, it's not unprecedented for the Tiger baseball team to upset a number 1 seed. In 2018, Conway went to Somerville. They were the number 1 team in the state, and Conway beat them. They were at large and came in and beat them 1-0. So Taka Hemingway with a big home run in that one. I'll throw that out there. But so, Conway, it's not unprecedented. It's not like football where 16-1. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. This baseball is a funny game.
Oh, yeah?
And it could get funnier the last inning because 3 outs is still 3 outs. Like Vin Scully said before the Dodgers won that first one in 2020, 3 measly outs.
Three measly outs.
The longest outs. The last inning outs are hard to get.
Well, let's reset what we're playing for here. This is the District 3 tournament, first round. 4 teams in District 3 are in this District 3 tournament. Here, North Myrtle Beach, Conway, Berkeley, and White Knoll in the other. And they played their game last night. Berkeley won that game. So Berkeley awaiting the winner of this game, White Knoll awaiting the loser. If everything stays the same, Monday night, Conway will travel to Berkeley, and the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs will host White Knoll in an elimination game. Then there's a possibility, if there are 2 1-1 teams, that there will be a game Wednesday, and then the championship of the District 3 will be next Friday.
And even if North Myrtle Beach happens to lose this game, I mean, even if that happens, they're still the best team in this district, this portion of the tournament.
Well, the good thing is, I mean, they've got the pitching, which normally teams don't have. They've got the pitching to come back out of this district.
Well, the only thing they don't have is margin of error, and you can beat margin of error by putting a 10 spot on White Knoll or whoever you play next game, and then you get your moxie back.
Jake McCracken to lead off the top of the 7th inning for the Conway Tigers, and it is quit raining here at North Myrtle Beach.
And Conway's dugout is very, very loud, to say the least.
Well,
North Myrtle Beach is
and they've got right to be. I mean, back-to-back innings, allowing the opposing team to load the bases.
Right to 'em.
And McCracken hits a hard hit ball to left field, but over to make the play. I want to make sure on the number. I think that's, yes. I want to make sure it was Kuznick. Porter Anglin had come in and hit in his spot, but.
And that was right to him. Hit on the nose, on the screws, whatever you want to call it, but hit right to
hit
him.
Right at him, which Conway hasn't done much of this game.
No.
That's why they are where they are. They have not hit the ball hard. That one was hit hard. They haven't hit the ball hard, but they have hit it in the right places. And there's one hit in the right place, right between the shortstop and third baseman. And
Brewer Cannon's hot as a pistol right now.
Brewer Cannon, with his 3rd hit of the game, he's 3 for 4.
Yeah, I can say he's part of that super sophomore class, and they're growing up today. Like the Tigers have somebody warming up. Not sure who that is.
With 1 out, that'll bring up Bryson Gerald. Started the game at first base, went to pitcher.
Well, if Gerald doesn't go back out there, he did his job.
Bryson's 0 for 2 this game, but drew a bases-loaded walk for an RBI back in the 5th inning.
And was Houdini that last inning. He got out of it somehow.
Yeah, and then no matter what he's done at the plate, the biggest thing he did was on the mound, shutting down the Chiefs in the 6th. Sawyer Smith, quick snap throw over to first, and diving in just ahead of the tag was Brewer Cannon.
And long legs might have saved him right there because he was burnt, looked like. He came down hard.
Warming up is Jake McCracken.
Ooh. And see, you do that because that's your best player. Jake McCracken is the MVP of this team, and I don't know his stats as a pitcher, but he's a bulldog, and he'll will it in there. 4
appearances, 2 starts, 1-1 with a 12.16 ERA.
Yeah, well, the ERA sometimes overrated.
Well, Mr. Gerald walked up there with a ERA over 15 and shut us down with the bases loaded.
Dropped that a little bit. Yeah, I used to always love the ERA until my son had a high one. Then I was, no, the whip. It's the whip.
It's the whip.
And then but no, it's the ERA. It's the ERA.
Well, and there's a lot of times, honestly, that you'll see somebody. I mean, I've seen it this year. You'll see somebody that's got like a 1-4, 1-5 record. We've had a couple of pitchers that we have faced that have had bad records, and then they've got like a 1-point-something ERA, and you look and they've allowed 17 runs, but 3 of them were earned.
Yep. And that's Grant Holmes. When he was with Conway, he wasn't 10-0. He was very close to that. But you got a team. You got, like say, Bryson Gerald comes in and shuts down that inning, gets that walk, gets a run. Just little things like that.
A 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for the strikeout of Bryson Gerald. Second time he has struck out this game. Second out of the inning for the Tigers, and Kenley McCracken will step in.
He balked, yeah.
He balked.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. That's a good call. Yeah, North Myrtle Beach, it looks like, have they left? Has the fan base of North Myrtle Beach have hit the road?
A lot of empty blue seats behind home plate.
Huh. If I'm Brewer, if I get a big lead, I make Oxendine throw because he's mad. I want to say the other word, but I can't say it. He's mad. He may throw the ball through his chest.
He's mad, except it starts with a P.
Yes.
0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and Sawyer quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes to Kenley McCracken. McCracken 0 for 3 today.
Can we just cut the time next inning and just load the bases to start the inning and just get from there?
Oof. That pitch outside, I guess. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taking a look ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-5-6, Brown Reeves. Gabe Priest, Peyton Gallup. Actually, it's not Gabe Priest. I didn't write down who's in that hole, but we will figure it out when we get there. I think it's Nate O'Connor batting in that 5-hole spot now.
Kraken's 1 for 3 today. Base hit here would be you don't want to say insurance run at a 5-1, but I'd feel a lot better 6-1.
Is that what they gave him 1 for 3? So they called that a hit, not an error by the.
No, this would be Conway doing it. So
that's what I'm saying. They called that a hit, not an error on the shortstop's throw.
Yeah, they gave him a hit, not an error on that one.
Wayne's scorebook's gonna call it an error.
Yeah, you're a little tougher than we are.
Sawyer Smith gets out of the bottom of the 7th, or top of the 7th inning, but Chiefs got a lot of work to do. Down 5-1. We're going to take one final break and ask you to listen to, and in the North Myrtle Beach area, support our sponsors of our spring sports broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. For the past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 spring sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network. It's all down to the next 3 outs. No matter who you're pulling for, something's going to happen here for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs or the Conway Tigers. Conway 5-1 and are facing back-to-back innings of loading the bases, but then getting out of all 3 of those, just allowing 1 run. And they're going to face 4-5-6 again.
It's a Bon Jovi song, Living on the Edge. That's what the Tigers are doing.
You're right.
Looks like Gerald's still out there. And Gerald throws strikes. He's going to be in good shape.
Bryson Gerald facing Brown Reeves. 0 for 3.
Yeah, and he said he was slipping a little bit. That last inning he was throwing, when they put the turfus down, his foot was sliding about a foot. So it's tough on them pitchers right there when that stuff starts getting moist.
Yeah, get a little downhill action coming off the pitcher's mound.
And
1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0. If you're the Chiefs, any way you can get on, because you got to have base runners to score.
And if you're the Tigers, you got to throw strikes.
Throw strikes and
make plays.
Make North Myrtle Beach beat you.
Yes.
Don't help them beat you.
That's a good pitch. 3 measly little outs. Either way. Good pitch by Gerald there. Just getting something, because they're going to take until you throw a strike.
Oh yeah.
And that was a nice. Now he's got an opportunity to pitch against this guy. He's got a swing. Now it's not just a take; it's a swing, and you got to get cheap out.
2-1 pitch coming from Gerald. Outside, 3-1. Just to kind of let everybody know, and also letting Ashley know that when this game's over, no matter how long it takes, but whenever this game's over, we are going to have a very abbreviated post game, as there is more rain coming, according to Eric Weiss. We're in a little bit of a lull now, and I want to get this equipment up before all heck breaks loose. So
do like we do in Conway. We'll start the pregame show or the postgame show at the 10-second mark.
Yep. Yeah, you want to, if Conway holds on and wins, you want to talk more about this game and hear more about it, call Ashley. He'll tell you.
And we're 30 minutes away from hurricane baseball, too, in Virginia. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't really have to worry about that until about the 6th inning, though. So.
Well, so my text messages from Eric Weiss will turn from sports to wrestling tonight when the pay-per-view starts. So big wrestling guy. So that's where the final boss of quality control comes in.
I've got to tell you about the Saturdays at the Center. Yeah, wrestling in Conway.
Runner down at first is Brown Reeves, and Gabe Priest steps in the left-handed batter's box.
This is where the Tigers are inexperienced. They're a sophomore-laden team, and can they have the way to win? Do they know how to win a game like this? And it's tough. It's tough to win these games.
The other thing about being young,
you're dumb.
Yeah, young and dumb. You just let it all roll off. You don't know you're not supposed to win the game. You don't know you're not supposed to be able to get out of 3 consecutive innings of loading the bases.
100%.
You just keep playing. That pitch up high, 2 balls, 1 strike now the count. Gabe Priest.
And what I don't like is the body language in Conway's dugout. Like every pitch is like, oh my gosh, so you gotta be cool. I mean, people feed off that body language. There you go.
Ball fouled off, evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You don't really want to get too concerned until that tying run comes to the plate. That's when it gets. Is this the rain coming back?
Somebody up there was listening. He said, "You're not getting your equipment up before it starts raining again, because we're just going to make it rain now." That pitch high and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Every plate appearance, every pitch is important for both teams. Obviously, here when you're in a double elimination tournament right now, you're the underdog up 5-1. The 3-2 is low. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
That may be it for Bryson. He's got to get his head up. I mean, you got to get ready to battle again. Because right now, home run's not going to beat you. The only thing's going to beat you if you walk and walk and walk. And, Bryson's going to be, he's one of those football guys. He's tough. He's just got to throw it over the plate. I was
going to say, no mound visit yet from the coaching staff, but Neff is going to walk out.
I would like Neff to have done that before that last pitch. When it was 3-2, go out there and calm Bryson down and say, hey, man, just play catch like you did, when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And just throw the ball to me, and I'll catch it. And,
This is just practice. Forget the guys even up there. Just throw one right down the pipe, because it takes a perfect hit to put 2 runs on the board.
And they may hit a home run, but it seems like this would be a tough weather to hit a home run. I mean,
exactly.
It's just going to hang in this air, and that may be it for Bryson. What a great job he did getting to this point.
Yeah, by the look of Bryson Gerald as he walked off the back of the mound. Wait and see, and don't know if they'll.
Kraken's in center, and he's staring it down. He's not moving, so it's maybe Bryson's.
Well, this is where your coaching staff, if they're not making the change, then he's up there talking to Bryson Gerald.
Yes.
If they are making the change, he's talking to everybody else.
Well, he's talking to
But
Bryson.
he was talking to Bryson Gerald because he's going to leave him in.
And I mean, right now, I want Bryson Gerald in there. I think Bryson Gerald can throw strikes and can get out of it. But it's just a matter of closing games out. That Conway's got to learn how to. And it's a bad thing to say to step on throats. I mean, that's the only way I can say to step on the throat. And right now, in North Myrtle Beach is playing like they want to step on your throat.
We went through some years of North Myrtle Beach calling football games. We went through a big 0-22 stretch, and it was one of those where we learned how to lose quick, but learning how to win's hard.
It's hard.
Peyton Gallup stepping in, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Peyton, 1 for 3, had a bunt single back in the 4th. Gabe Priest over at first, Brown Reeves at second. This pitch inside, 2-0. %, the exact opposite of what you would want to see. Your Conway, you're up 5-1, get to the bottom of the 7th. First 2 batters have walked, and now a 3-0 count to Peyton Gallup.
That's a lonely spot. I mean, it's a lonely spot. You just can't find the zone. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. It's just you're on an island right there. Everybody's looking at you.
Well, and it's kind of one of those things, it's easy from, I guess, everybody else's standpoint to say, hey, there's 7 guys behind you. And
easy.
They are all here to support you, so throw the strikes and let us play. And then if you're the pitcher, well, you come up here and throw a strike. And right there, he does throw a strike on 3-0. 3 balls, 1 strike now the count. And again, for every North Myrtle Beach batter as they come up at this point, it is any way on. It doesn't matter. Walk, get hit, get a hit. This ball is going to be lined towards center field.
Break. That's what Bryson Gerald needed right there to get that first out. And, North Myrtle Beach, I may have taken a pitch or 2 there, but, Gerald's being a bulldog right now. He got that first out, and that was huge. Now the tying run is still on deck.
Yeah, and we've seen it a couple of times. McCracken got a great jump on that ball. He reads the ball well off the bat and jumped in, was right there on it. That brings up Caden Lank, still with runners on first and second, now 1 out.
And now Gerald's got a little bounce in his step, got a little confidence.
Got a little confidence, comes in with the first pitch strike.
Gets right back on the mound, let's go.
This pitch is down low, 1-1.
A little low, good pitch.
Yeah, a little low, but not a bad one. Not a bad place to miss. You're not going to get hurt down there, even if somebody does swing at it. Lank, 1 for 3, singled in his first at bat, then struck out, grounded out to short. This pitch well outside, 2-1.
Well, the Tigers make it interesting. It's like
we may have some more issues with the mound, maybe.
Looks like he's slipping a little bit again.
Yep.
People may say, "Oh, man, just suck it up." Well, no. If you're pitching, then you got to plant your foot and you slide. That's the reason why you're throwing outside.
Yeah. Throwing outside, low, high. You don't have the control of the ball because your base is off.
Yeah, and I think that's a great move by Coach Beach and the coaching staff is you want to put Gerald in the best possible position you could put him into, and him sliding on the mound is not a very good position to be in. Tigers 2 out away from a huge upset.
Well, I'm going to give you a little bit, a couple more updates while they are working on the pitcher's mound. A couple of updates on our spring sports. We've talked about girls track, boys track. They're competing in the state championships at Spring Valley this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. The girls track and field team from North Myrtle Beach going as the lower state champions. So good luck to both the Chiefs and Lady Chiefs. Softball Monday night. The Lady Chiefs will be traveling to Chapin in an elimination game in their district playoffs. That game at 6 p.m. at Chapin. The winner to advance to the district finals to face Berkeley. The boys golf team, they qualified for the lower state championship.
Who won the region?
That lower state championship, who did win the region? I'm guessing Conway did since you piped up so quick.
Yeah, the first River Region win. I mean, that's a big conference win.
See, there you go. Lose a bet. Nobody should ever bet against you because you do not pay off your bets.
I misspoke. I'm sorry, the Beach Region.
There you go.
They won the Beach Region.
I mean, I've only got it for this year, so you've only got like another week or two, and then you can go to calling it the River Region or whatever mess you want to call it. I mean, it's not my fault that everyone else calls it the Beach Region.
You and Joe call it that. Y'all the only two. Then y'all got it going.
All right, so back to baseball action. 1 out now, and Caden Lank with a 2-1 count. That pitch outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Brown Reeves at second. Gabe Priest at first. They both got there by walks.
Yeah, if you're North Myrtle Beach, you got to take this pitch.
And Bryson Gerald got Peyton Gallup to fly out to center field. 3-1, and that's high. Third walk of the inning for Bryson Gerald. Loads the bases with 1 out.
Now there's trouble now because you got the tied run at the plate. So they're going to make a change.
Yep, second mound visit. Change will be made.
The
high fives are being given to the center fielder, Jake McCracken, as he will come in to pitch. 4th inning in a row that the Chiefs have loaded the bases. In the previous 3 innings, they've only come away with 1 run, 9 runners left on base in the last 3 innings. And here we are in the 4th consecutive inning, bases loaded, 1 out.
And again, it's like that dam I was talking about. You got bubble gum getting the holes. This is the final.
It's another hole. So
it's a big old hole right now. Gerald did his job. He walked a couple, but this is a tough situation for any Conway pitcher right now because you got to come in and you got how much longer do we got till the studs come up till Oxendine and the boys?
Well, you're down. We're in the hole 8, so we got 8, 9, and then the top of the batting order. So
these 2 are very important. And you got a guy going to Francis Marion, not as a pitcher, of course, but he's going as an outfielder hitter. Left-hander, bigger build, has a GK Young type quality about him. He's got to throw strikes. And I think that's what you do. You pick your person out who you think can throw strikes. And, I don't know what the Tigers have available, but he's got a good form right there, and he's throwing the ball very well in warm-ups, which is encouraging if you're a Conway fan. Yeah. Now, North Myrtle Beach, I would rather throw strikes than walks because then I know about where it's going and I can put the bat on the ball and make some things happen because the base hit and they score 2 runs, then it tightens up a lot.
And you're not worrying about, okay, I got to sit here and every third pitch that's thrown might be a strike. You get a guy in there that's throwing strikes. Now you can really concentrate on hitting the ball and making sure that you're hitting the strike that you want to hit instead of just trying to hit a strike.
There's a fine line in throwing too many strikes and not, because I'll use Will as an example. He was throwing not enough strikes, and he started throwing too many strikes, so you can't throw that many strikes. It's like, wait a minute. So it's kind of a fine line. You got to keep him off edge and just hope you can catch them peeking in and not swinging at the pitch that you or that which they want.
Exactly. Yeah, you want them, if North Myrtle Beach is going to swing at a ball, you want them to swing at your pitch and not theirs. And obviously, it's often said in baseball, but it's probably one of the truer statements as far as winning a game is getting that first strike, get ahead, pitch from ahead. It is so much easier to pitch from ahead than pitch from behind because you lose exactly what you were talking about. You lose the opportunity to make them hit your pitch.
Well, the batting average drops. Once you get 0-1, then you can play with them. He was trying to do too much right there. It looked like he was trying to throw it 99 miles an hour.
Yep, good job by Neff, though. He blocks it up.
And good coaching by the third base guy because that run don't mean nothing. So you don't want to get thrown at home, just, whatever. But it's just you got to throw strikes, and right here, that pitch right there looked like he was just trying to throw it with every bit of might he's got, and he doesn't have to do that.
Lefty on lefty, I'm trying to double check and see exactly who that is that's up to bat because I do not believe it's Anglin.
Still 5-1, 4 times last 4 innings, bases loaded.
This is Gabe Kuznick.
Kuznick, smart hitter, 2-0 right here.
Kuznick ahead, 2-0.
That's a good pitch.
That pitch right at the knees across the heart of the plate, 2-1.
It seems like when you got to beg for it to be a strike, it's tough. Because if you're Conway, you do not want to see Oxendine. You don't want to see
you don't want to see a Sawyer Smith. You don't want to see Reeves. You don't even want to see Ace Aboard at the top of the order just because he's so picky on his what he considers to be a good pitch. He's not going to give you a strike.
And if you see those guys, if you see Smith, you see Oxendine definitely, then he's up there swinging. He's going to win the game because there's going to be some runs scored if he gets up.
3 balls, 1 strike now the count to Kuznick. Squares to bunt, pulls the bat back. Called strike. Full count now.
The Chief Faithful wanted to walk another.
Well, so did the scoreboard operator because he's got 4 and 1 up there. and he's gonna leave it up there.
I'll leave it up there. That's a subliminal message.
3-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch, but it hangs up inside ball 4.
Now the winning runs at the plate. I mean, they've been walking a tightrope this whole game.
Closes the gap to 5-2 now. Chiefs still batting with the bases loaded. 1 out.
And see, I think that McCracken gets that call if he hadn't missed that much.
Right.
It looks like they're taking McCracken out. They're going with another pitcher for the Tigers, and they're just trying to finish this game with anybody that's available. I'm not sure who this is.
I'm going to find somebody to throw strikes.
Somebody to throw strikes. It's a tough time to find them in the bottom of the 7th in the playoff game. Well, right now, I mean, it's been 4 walks.
It's a blonde-haired guy coming in.
One of those guys that
one of those Clorox guys.
Well, maybe they put it in
I can't see his number.
Well, usually the Tigers have update this pretty quick. Well, McCracken threw 6 pitches. 50% strikes.
That's a number 16. We're going back to Landon Barker re-entering.
Wow. Is that legal?
I guess.
Well, they're trying to figure it out. Wow.
Coach is having a talk with home plate umpire. I think the umpire asked him, "Can you do that?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, I can do it." Okay.
Well, I'm sure North Myrtle Beach coach is coming out like, what are we doing? Watching a movie, Dodgeball. That's a bold move, Cotton. That is a bold move, but I don't think they have anybody else to come in.
I was going to say, how often have you seen a starting pitcher go, 4 innings, and then he gets taken out, and you've had 3 other pitchers, and then here comes the starting pitcher again.
He's already thrown 78 pitches. He's relaxed. I don't know what effect that has on the arm or what, I don't know. But, that's the guy that's throwing strikes. and all it needs is a ground ball. But all North Myrtle Beach needs is a one swing, and then they win this game after being beat pretty bad. I don't even know how to explain this game.
Interesting move.
It's an interesting move. The bases loaded the last 4 innings. They're bound to score. This game has been full of a lot.
It's been full of it.
This game's been full of it.
Just like that tent's full of it.
Yes,
You want to push that thing so bad, don't you?
So bad, but I just
You know where that water's
it'll
going.
fall right on me. No doubt.
If it's going to do that, I'll turn the camera on it and you go for it. I just don't want it to get on the computer.
It'll be one of those challenges. If the Tigers win, I'll do that. No, I won't. Never mind.
You stand in front of it, I'll push it off. We will definitely get that on camera.
No, the Tigers now they gotta strap it back down. It's gotta be just a couple of plays.
So the 9-hole hitter for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, Connor Helmecki, will step in.
This is a lot to ask.
You know how many home runs on the season Connor's got?
No.
1.
Oh, okay.
I don't like odd numbers.
I love them.
Landon Barker, first pitch, strike.
Did that look different from you than when you threw it right there? It looked different. I mean, it's a strike. That was different, but other than that, this is the motion. So, first pitch strike for Landon Barker.
So if you're Landon Barker, can you get the win and the save?
I think you can. That would be impressive.
I've official scored probably
you're
like
the one. You don't
5,000 baseball games. I don't think I've ever had a pitcher get a win and a save.
Tigers just needed out somewhere.
1-1 pitch, bunt put down, bunt's foul.
And Neff almost got to that ball. He got out of the box really fast to get down that line. So 2 strikes. And you talking about somebody that if he gets through this right here, I don't want to say legendary status or nothing, but that's huge for the Conway Tiger baseball program if Landon Barker can do this. But again, North Myrtle Beach 1 hit away from ending this. Uh-oh.
That pitch lifted high into left center. It's going. It's going to be over his head. 1 hops the fence. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Thought they were going to wave him. Thankfully did not.
Wow.
And a bases loaded double by Connor Helmecki. And that closes the gap. 5-4.
Base is still loaded. So I think it's just 5-3. They only scored 1 there.
Are they?
Yeah, bases are loaded.
Everybody was holding because my bad.
Well,
I apologize. Is when I looked up, I thought I saw, but it was the on deck batter that was standing. I thought one runner had already crossed.
Wow. He just hit that.
I'm actually surprised that the runner on second was a lot further off because, well, Chiefs only get 1 run. My apology. It's 5-3. I looked up. I saw a runner already at the at home plate. I thought it was the runner from third that had already crossed. It was the on deck batter that was standing there. So a single.
Tying run on second.
Single all the way to the wall by Connor Helmecki.
And they had to freeze because it was close to being caught, but
Asa Board steps in. Chief second baseman takes the first pitch, called strike.
And Barker's coming in throwing strikes.
Asa 0 for 1 this game, lined out to center field back in the first. Since then, he walked, scored a run, and then had a sacrifice bunt. Fouls this one off on the right side, and Landon Barker.
Yeah, he's got
ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Oxen down on deck, too. Has Barker got enough gas?
Barker checks the runners. The 0-2 swung on and missed.
Big strikeout.
Strike 3.
But
2 outs, and that will bring up Sawyer Smith.
But with that being said, can't get too fired up right here because Smith and Oxendine are looming, and Barker made a great pitch right there. Rain's starting to.
And it starts coming down again.
Big spot for Smith.
2 outs, 5-3 your score. Conway leading. First pitch is strike. Sawyer Smith in this game. 1 for 2, single all the way back in the first. Flew out to right. Last 2 at bats has walked. The 0-1, this one gets by the catcher in the dirt, but nobody's going to go anywhere. The re-entry rules in high school baseball are crazy. I mean, we've had that. Porter Anglin had batted for Gabe Kuznick earlier in the game. Gabe Kuznick re-entered into left field. Had the same thing with Nate O'Connor and Gabe Priest.
But a pitcher.
2
innings, 2.5 innings. Fitting that the rain comes down right now. It's like the end of the natural.
That pitch low and away, 3-1. You do not want to walk Sawyer Smith.
No, you do not.
And put C.J. Oxendine, who in his mind has had a terrible game. Even though he is 1 for 3, I'm sorry. So for him, it is a terrible game. He's batting .333 versus his .420 batting average. Squares the bunt, pulls the bat back.
3-2.
Didn't really square the bunt. He was just putting the bat out there. But at 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, 5-3 Conway.
Base hit. They're on the run, and they could win.
Yeah, I mean, could this?
What you want, I guess.
You can't want much more if you're wanting good baseball. Other than it could be warmer and quit raining. The 3-2, and this one's down low, ball 4. The Chiefs have now closed the gap to 1 run. Bases still loaded, and C.J. Oxendine, senior catcher.
Wow.
For the Chiefs, will step in.
Nobody said it was going to be easy. Either way.
Just so everybody knows, I have checked with the professor of baseball scoring, Mr. Kevin Davis, who works for the ACC. Pitcher cannot get a win and a save, so he would just get the win.
Well, I'll take that, but I don't know that's going to happen. We'll see. Oh, big
first pitch swinging, fouled off. Raining harder now than it has. This has got a natural feel to it.
Well, that's what I say. It lasts at bat the natural. I got a bad feeling Oxendine is freaking Robert Redford. Uh-oh. That's some talking back and forth. The Conway dugout and the North Myrtle Beach dugout. I'm just thinking a fly ball. It'd be tough to catch, right?
Would be for me because I got my hands in my pockets because it's cold.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Fastball outside.
0-1 pitch, just outside.
So look at Conway's dugout right there. That's what I don't like. I mean, okay, it's a ball. Ball 1.
Yeah.
You can't run around jumping crazy like that. That's why they're sophomores. You got to learn to be like North Myrtle Beach. The whole game has been stoic.
1 ball, 1 strike to the Chiefs senior catcher. Swung on. That ball hit hard into center field. Looks like Kraken's got a beat on it. He's got it.
The Tigers upset North Myrtle Beach. Wow. Now again, you don't celebrate on their field because you might see them again.
Bases loaded, 4 consecutive innings.
How about them Tigers?
I'll tell you, 4 consecutive innings with the bases loaded. And I know it's the Chief Sports Network, but as a thank you to Ashley Smith, we'll get a tight view because
this is a one game.
I greatly thank you for coming down because this is something. I love when we're able to do games together, and it doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't.
But this was, I tell you, a heck of a ball game.
Well, I'll tell you this: when North Myrtle Beach plays in the district championship, you may have Max back, but I'll be here in spirit. It was fun, but I will go ahead and tell you.
Hey, when that district
like
championship happens next Friday, and it's us and you.
Ugh, I don't know. I got Catholics versus convicts next weekend.
Oh, you'll be down in Florida.
But, hey, I really like North Myrtle Beach to come back and win this thing. I'm Conway's 1-0. I get it. But that game right there is a smack in the face to North Myrtle Beach. And that's going to be a lot of coaching moments. And I think they tighten the screws in their next – I'd hate to be their opponent next week, or next game, because I guarantee they thought they were going to play Conway. And they're going to jump up on this, and it's going to be a 15-0 game.
Well, again, here in the District 3 playoffs, Max Smith is asking this question, so I know he hasn't been listening the entire game because we've only talked about it a couple of times.
Tell him he got fired.
Max, listen, this is from Max Smith. Max, North Myrtle Beach has lost this game. North Myrtle Beach will now move into the losers bracket of the District 3 playoffs, and we will host White Knoll on Monday night. That game will not happen Monday night, as much rain as they're calling for. So stay tuned. You can keep an eye out at the NMB Chiefs Facebook page, where we will update schedule as things go. 11 walks given up by Conway. I tell you what, though, that'll way to scatter 11 walks. 11 walks and you win 5-4. Again, hats off to Conway, because it is one of those games where you came out and you do everything that you need to do to get the win. They didn't hit the ball hard, but they hit the ball where they needed to. Mm-hmm. They didn't get great pitching. They got enough pitching. And, Landon Barker, to start and go, what did he go, 4 innings at first? I think it was 4.
Yeah, he went 5 total. It's a bulldog out there.
So 4 innings, and then you come back and pitch with bases loaded in the 7th after sitting on the bench for an hour or more, hour and a half.
I mean, this is the Conway coaches knowing that rule that they could re-enter. It's not written by the book. That's not what you're supposed to do. But you got to win this game, and that was their best bet. And Barker just came out and just nose to the grindstone and just ended it, basically. Yeah. So huge hats, tip of the cap there to Landon Barker. But so anyway, North Myrtle Beach Chiefs will host White Knoll. Game scheduled for 6 p.m. Monday night. We will have that game here on the Chiefs Sports Network whenever it happens. If it doesn't happen Monday, we will post any schedule change due to rain, because we've got a pretty high chance of rain both Monday and Tuesday of this week. Now, Conway, they've advanced into the winners bracket. They will face Berkeley. Berkeley defeated White Knoll last night, and that game will be at Berkeley. I'm like 99% sure. I haven't heard that for definite, but I'm almost positive the way the bracket was set up that Berkeley would host that game. And then what happens the rest of the week will just be determined on round 2 schedule for Monday night. Then in the District 3 champion, once that is finalized, District 3 champion will host the District 4 champion in the lower state championship series, thinking that will be probably either West Florence or Chapin, the 2 higher rated teams in District 4. Again, thank you for joining me, Ashley. Well, thanks for having me. I hope I wasn't too obnoxious to the North Myrtle Beach fans. It's all in fun. All in fun.
Hey,
and I'm usually the one losing, so
they have to listen. They have to listen to me all the time. So having somebody that having somebody that actually knows what they're talking about is nice sometimes.
We'll get him here next time.
Well, Coach, folks, final 5-4. I'm guessing that Coach Billy Sylvester has long cut us off, but Coach Sylvester, have fun back on the field Monday night. Will they allow him back in the?
I think it's a 2-game, but I'm not sure.
Oh. Well, I wasn't meaning that. I just mean they just got an upset win. I mean, he coaches well sitting at home yelling at the TV.
Bobby Bowden, just be away. Just sit there and look.
So, again, your final 5-4, folks. Have a great weekend. All you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day tomorrow. And we will talk to you maybe Monday night, but definitely whenever the next game is for Chiefs baseball. Thank you for tuning in to the Chiefs Sports Network. past 18 years, the Chiefs Sports Network has brought you the best of Chiefs athletics at North Myrtle Beach High School. Please take a look and support our sponsors of our 2025 spring sports broadcast. Beach Benefits Insurance, who are also the sponsors of our weekly video podcast, Tomahawk Talk. Brogdon Electric, Bubba Collins Insurance, Car City, the Trey White Team at RE/MAX Southern Shores, First Flight Stairs and Specialty Millworks, HD Audio and Video, and 843 Printing and More, as well as their Facebook home of NMB Chiefs. Thank you to these sponsors again of our spring broadcast here on the Chiefs Sports Network.